Did you get a new
Hungry
theme?
dogs run fast.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome into a finally live edition of the Dynasty Dogs podcast, brought to you by the Fantasy Football Universe. I am your host for this evening, Michael Anthony. Alongside me, as always, is a guy who is quoted as saying he is very nice, very evil, my good friend, Rich McAteer. Rich, how you feel? You're cursed! Yeah.
We are cursed.
It seems like we are not going live on Twitter for some reason. See what happened. See if we could fix it. An error occurred. Please try again later. So the Fantasy Football YouTube.
I take away the curse.
Rich, how are you?
Oh, I'm lovely. I'm tired. This has been a tumultuous time for both of us.
Yeah.
To say the least.
It has. It has been a couple months from hell. We are going to start hopefully getting back into the swing of things with podcasting and talking Dynasty Fantasy Football. And what a better time to start than the NFL draft, because, you know, all these, conversations we've been having, honestly, unfortunately, we haven't been able to do it on, the podcast format, but, the things we've been talking about on Twitter, with other people that, we finally are seeing the guys that we've been talking about for weeks enter the NFL, whether it be tonight, tomorrow, or Saturday in the day 3. It's going to be a very fun draft. Rich, let me ask you this question first. There's been a lot of chatter. By the way, we have 3 guests coming on tonight. We have Dennis Michelsen. He's going to come on and talk during Kansas City. We have Spencer from the Devy Planet coming on to talk about the New York Giants, who have 2 high-value picks at the beginning of the draft. And then we have Arman from FanCred coming on and talking about the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. But Rich, where I was going first is there's been a lot of chatter earlier in the day about possible trades during round 1. Do you see any trades? What do you think the over-under is for you?
Well, I think there's got to be at least we got to think there's at least 2 trades. I did see a lot of recent buzz, obviously with the Eagles, with what's his name? I can't remember his first name. Grenard. And I did recently just see a tweet like earlier. It was like Brian Thomas Jr. or Marvin Harrison. I don't know where those are. That seems kind of insane, but that would be definitely cool. It would help me get over the months and months long. I feel like we've been like however long bears hibernate. I feel like that's how long we've been talking about trading AJ Brown. And it's just like I want to pluck each one of my eyelashes out just hearing about it. I can't do it anymore. Stay, go. I don't give a shit. Like, just please stop talking about it.
Well, don't worry. We have another month and a half before they actually even do that.
Well, hopefully, the lot lizard Diana Rossini can stay at bay with all her jargon that she wants to put out against it. Yeah. Well, facts at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
But that would kind of ease the burn of getting rid of AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown. I don't want him to go. I feel like a lot of it was created by. Well, you can like both. Why can't we have 2 good things? You know what I mean? Like,
why can't we have
what do we automatically have to have like a fucking Elijah Moore because we have Devontae Smith? It's okay to have 2 number ones. I like having 2 number ones. We won a Super Bowl with 2 number ones, but it's just I'm over it all. I feel like it was created by the media because you haven't really heard AJ Brown say anything about it, and I feel like he's kind of letting everyone eat themselves alive with it. I don't know. He could win out, but I haven't heard him say anything. But as far as that.
Other than during the season, he was kind of chatting a little bit. Yeah, that was probably the worst time to be doing that.
Right. He said it like week 3, and I feel like that's like smoothed over by now. But I don't know. I guess not. Maybe not.
There's another wide receiver in the NFC East that has possibly moved tonight. Did you see that one?
No. But Pickens?
George Pickens. Yeah.
Pickens. Oh God. Where is he going? I can't imagine anyone would want him. He's signing his.
So That was the
franchise
thing.
tag.
They said he wasn't going to sign it, and the possible reason that he signed it was because he couldn't be traded until he signed it. And it just so happened he signed it today.
Well, you know what? That's typical Cowboys to give a kicker the bag, so to speak, but not the star wide receiver. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing that Cowboys really do make sense. And that looked at it. Did you see that on the TV? It looked like Terry Bradshaw kissed Roger Goodell on the lips. That was a really weird angle. It just zoomed up, and I just see their faces like this. He didn't kiss us on the lips when we seen him.
I know. We tried.
What the hell? I mean, maybe he was freaked out by my super long arm. I don't know what's going on.
Based on our thumbnail picture for this episode.
My fucking orangutan arm that I had there. I had an orangutan arm, and you had Roman Reigns teeth. I'm like, what the hell is this? But it's great.
That was not AI made at all.
No.
Well, as we talk, the Raiders are officially now on the clock. I don't think we're going to see anything insane here. I don't think we see, a trade back. I think Mendoza is obviously the pick here.
Every one of those kids in suits look exactly the same. They look like Pokemon. They're like evolved forms of each other.
Which one are you watching it on?
I watch ESPN.
I watch the NFL Network, so we're definitely looking at two different things.
Yeah.
I like Mendoza. Where would you have Mendoza ranked as opposed to last year with him and Dart and Cam Ward?
Oh, out of them three, he'd be probably 3.
He'd probably be 2 for me. I think he's more of a prototypical quarterback and safer than Dart, right? Because obviously,
oh man, dude, Dart's my boy.
I know. But Cam Ward, I think, has a chance to be very, very, almost borderline special quarterback in this league. Somebody you and I both really like. But, Mendoza's going to go here to a Clint Kubiak offense with the Raiders. Tom Brady, whether you believe he should be in a Raiders ownership and being able to, call games is, one thing, but he is part of the Raiders ownership right now. So if that's who he wants and that's who he wants to get in the building, it should be a good sign, right?
Is he a minority owner? Like, is he like when I hear minority owner, I think of Will Smith owns a piece of the Sixers, but it's 2%. Like, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm sure he has say of what goes on there, but how much say does he have? I don't know how that works. I think he should be part of the team he wants to be a part of the ownership. I don't think he should be part of the broadcast team if he has ownership, but I also do like him as a broadcaster. So
he's not bad. It is a weird thing where they get to, interview players and talk to players, before the games and stuff like that. Is he giving the information to the Raiders? Who knows? I doubt it because the Raiders sucked last year. You think there would have been a little bit better information given? But,
well, that's the thing. I don't think he's allowed in some games. I was hearing that he wasn't allowed to do some games, but he was allowed to do others because of the closeness to when the Raiders are playing.
It could be that. They're still on the clock. I don't know why we have to probably wait the full 8 minutes for this pick when we all know what's happening.
Hold on 1 second.
They also did sign Kirk. Talking to myself and people hopefully watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, even if you want to tell us we suck, you can feel free to leave a comment. A little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
They did sign Kirk Cousins just a few weeks ago, which was
oh my God, Kirk Cousins are the goddamn hamburgler. Look at him go with his contracts, dude.
His agent must be Pooh Shiesty with the way keeps getting paid. That dude just keeps getting paid and paid and paid for mediocrity. It's
good for him.
Crazy. Yeah, really. I mean, hey, can't fault him for getting paid like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't been able to talk about any of this. Speaking of that, I guess let's talk about his former team real quick. What do you think? Who's starting in Atlanta? What do you think's going on there? Concussion versus ACLs.
Yeah, it's brain versus legs. Who's where?
Yeah.
If you put them together, they might be the best ever, just because of the injury thing. But the pick is in. I would like to think it'll be Penix. I mean, to be honest, I think when we did the breakdown of Michael Penix, one of my comps for him was Tua with a howitzer. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that job. And if Penix is even healthy to go, week 1. Obviously, he's not ready to go, then obviously it's going to be Tua, right? So
sure.
And they don't have a first-round pick now. this year.
What do they get rid of?
They traded it to the Rams, who now have 2 first-round picks. The Rams are, I think, pick 11 because of the Atlanta, and they drafted James Pierce Jr., who.
Well, let's get it. You want to get into that? Let's get into that. Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen.
You got guys losing their careers like Josh Gordon over weed, but he just beats up 6 cops, rear ends his girlfriend, follows her. He 100% was going to kill her, but it's okay. He said sorry.
Yeah, it's dude's
a fucking maniac.
Situation. It's a weird situation.
Listen, if that were you or I, and we weren't in the NFL, that's what we would be in jail for a very long time.
I would imagine probably, but
I got no time for that.
I still can't believe all that happened. To be honest with you,
but I mean, it did happen. We all seen the video of it, but dude, again, he said sorry. It's okay. It's all right.
Well, the Raiders are now taking the stage.
Oh my God, Ty Simpson. They're taking Ty Simpson. You must be behind.
Yeah, okay. They're drafting Ruben Bain.
Ruben stuttered. Do you see Ruben Bain? I think you're going to say I love Ruben Sutter. I'm like, dude, yeah. American Idol class. Did you see Ruben Bain come out with his arms like this? His little tiny arms.
Yeah, they took Mendoza. It's official. Surprise, surprise. While we have that going, we'll pull up Fernando Mendoza's PFF stats real quick. Last year, 382 attempts with 273 completions. It's a very solid 71.5 completion percentage. 41-6 TDs. Deep grade 93.4, passing grade 90.7, intermediate grade 92.2, pressure grade 70.6. I mean, this dude's just a quarterback, right? And I think he's very solid. To be honest, a lot of people comp him to Kirk Cousins. I absolutely see that. Just plays the game within the game, finds the open
receiver. He's smart. He's very smart.
He's smart. Good arm. I think the Raiders absolutely made the right pick here. A lot of people maybe could have said, maybe wait till next year when the draft class is a little stronger. The quarterback class is a little stronger, but they needed to get somebody in the room now. Although they did bring in Kirk, like we said. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it wouldn't shock me if they let Kirk start the season.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he's playing right away. One, I love that he stayed at home with his mom. I thought that was awesome. And how he sets out the whole story with that is fantastic.
His mom has MS, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, and
something I know very much about with my mother. So that's something I'm happy to see him, do that for his mom. That's awesome. I think he's going to be a very solid quarterback overall.
I think going to Las Vegas is going to be an insane spot for him. He's going to go out and be like,
he set up the rally. His rally comments at the end of games are going to be really interesting. He's got a very, you like that type of vibe to him.
He stubs his toe and says, "What the heck?" That's what he looks like. But he looks like a good kid. Good for him. Yeah, he's definitely an all shucks. Gummit.
So yes, we are going to have our first guest at the Giants pick. Actually, you know what? I should have had the draft tracker on.
You should have.
Who's picking in what order? Because I don't always remember. The Jets are on the clock at the moment. This is an interesting spot.
Yeah. Do they go edge?
My good friend Timmy. How you doing, Timmy? How are you?
Jesus, dude, you okay?
Yeah, we're good. He's a big Eagles fan as well. I'm sure he's very interested to see what happens tonight with them. If we move up, if we stay put, if we trade out. The Eagles have a tendency to do this thing where Rich and I are live. They trade their pick away, and then we just spent 4 hours talking about them, and they don't do shit. That would be great.
I think they go Bain here. I don't know, Bain or Bailey. Who do you think? Bain or Bailey?
I heard a rumor that they canceled their top 30 visit with Bailey like last week.
Really?
So they could take what's his name, Arvell Reese, I believe it is. It would be very interesting to see what they do here. Or The shock of all shocks would be fucking Ty Simpson here, who I don't think is first round.
There's no fucking way they're taking Ty Simpson here. That'd be
The
insane.
Jets will Jets. The Jets will Jets, though, Rich. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what they do here. What if they took Jeremiah Love?
Well, I mean, they were trying to. They weren't committed to Brees Hall, so I
Then they signed. They gave him some money. I think they tagged him. The pick is in for the Jets already, so they were ready to rock from the gate. We respect the shit out of that. Rich and I'm going to be on here live. Rich is going to do his best. He has some Pepsi to take care of tomorrow.
Oh man, revealing my place of work. Appreciate it.
I didn't say you were.
You want me to say where you work?
Yeah. You could work for the Link. They sell Pepsi there.
Mm-hmm. Not during the World Cup, dude.
They don't? Why not?
No, because it's the World Cup or the FIFA. Yeah, the FIFA World Cup sponsored by Coke. We had to take everything out. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everything had to come in.
But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Jets do here. I would think if there was a trade, it would have happened already. Like they would have announced it, right?
Yeah,
so,
I would think.
No, Goodell's coming out. The guy in our thumbnail picture who we hugged about 3 weeks ago. Not AI generated.
Not AI generated at all. Bing. David Bailey. Okay.
Linebacker, defensive end. Let's pull up his PFF chart here. He is their number 6th player on the PFF big board. I think that's a great pick for them. They needed defensive help with a defensive coach, right? Here it is here. His PFF. Pass rush grade, 93.8. Run defense grade, 81.5. Pass rush win rate 21.6, which is extreme. It's fucking insane. It's 15 sacks last year. It's going to be. They just traded an edge rusher too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they traded Jermaine Johnson.
They did to Tennessee.
So it'll be very interesting to see what this Jets defense looks like because they don't have Quinnen Williams anymore. They don't have now. They don't have Jermaine Johnson. They just bring in Bailey. They traded in that trade for Jermaine Johnson. I think they got Sweat from the Titans in that deal, so they have a new D tackle, and they don't have Sauce Gardner anymore. So that's why they have 2 picks in this first round. I would imagine that second pick is going to be a offensive stud. You would think, but David Bailey is probably the right pick here for them. You can't go wrong with a high-end edge rusher. Right, I think this is good in the pass rush. Either 1A or 1B pass rusher of this class. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Jets look with now Gino back at the helm for them, which is hilarious because he told us they wrote him off and he didn't write back, and then we're writing back again. So that's how that goes. Now we have the Arizona Cardinals about to be on the clock.
Do they go Jeremiah Love?
I think this is where they go Jeremiah Love. I think this is where the 101 of our dynasty drafts goes with the Arizona Cardinals. And that would be I first of all, I don't think they should do it.
Because that's going to kill my scat value. But
why would that kill your scat value if he goes to Arizona?
Oh no, I was thinking of the Giants. I was thinking of the Giants. Never mind. In my mind, I'm like, I read that he was going to the Giants. But I
don't think he makes it past Tennessee if Arizona doesn't take him here.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope one of the two take him because if he goes to the Giants, I'm gonna be pissed. I was hearing all week that he's like, "Oh, the Giants could take him," and I'm like, "Oh, I'll go fuck myself."
Yeah, I could see that happening, but I really don't think he makes it past Tennessee if Cardinals pass on him here. Where would you rather him go for dynasty purposes, Tennessee or Arizona?
Probably Tennessee, just because they got Tony Pollard. He ain't doing anything. Tajay Spears doesn't do anything. He's pretty much irrelevant at this point, so he's probably going to take the number 1 spot there. But you also got James Conner, who's 30. They got Tyler Algier. That's a crowded room.
But he would be the best one, no
yeah.
doubt, on both of those teams. He would be the starter.
And I think someone would be going then if you have 4 guys who are pretty capable guys that they believe in. With Trey Benson, they just signed Algier, and dude, look at them with their. Well, look, I signed my 1 of 1 card. They're like so. I can't stand it. I like it and I hate it at the same time because none of us are
You
going to
like
get
it because if you had it, you'd be so happy.
Yeah, well, because you got the jerk offs who buy 40,000 boxes and they're like, oh look, I'm gonna open it on the fucking camera. Look at me, whoa! Fucking piss me off, dude. I hate them. It's just
You're still
fucking
trying to
zone on.
find. You're still trying to find Topps Chrome.
Yeah, well, you can't because I go to work and work a normal job. And you got fucking fat jerk offs who go to the fucking Target at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like they should be in work, but they don't for some reason.
Yeah, Caleb would have been an interesting pick there. I've heard Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State, would have been an interesting pick, but I would have loved that too, to be honest with you. IDP leagues in Dynasty and fantasy football, I think he's going to be a stud. Arizona's on the clock. Let me send the invite over to Spencer here real quick as we get ready for them to take their pick here. Actually, Spencer could have probably just jumped on because he is part of the fantasy football universe. I don't think I had to send him the invite. I think he could have just appeared. Actually, now that I think about it, are they still on the clock, Arizona? Because I think
the pick is in.
Down to a minute. The pick is in. It would be crazy to see if it's Jeremiah Love. I think they need to go defense. I think they need to go, Caleb Downs would be a good one.
Well, it's like they're just ass backwards, dude. They traded Kyler and now they got Jacoby Brissett starting. He's bitching because he wants starter money, which makes sense. But if they go Jeremiah Love, like you're gonna go, I have all these offensive weapons, and then you have like Brissett who's fine, but like not a starter. You know what I mean? Like
he's a spot starter.
But and you can't take a quarterback at 3. I don't know.
There he is, of course, wearing his New York Football Giants hoodie, despite us.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, how
Spencer,
can I not?
Spencer, how are you, buddy? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on at the Devy Planet, real quick, while the Cardinals are still not picking.
Yeah. No, so hopping in. Thanks for having me on, guys. We're picking up on a lot of stuff. Obviously, part of the FFU family. We got stuff coming out on Substack constantly nowadays. Tom Harvey just joined ranks, so he's putting stuff out. It looks like the pick is in. And let's see who this is. But yeah, no, we're doing good stuff. All college, kind of leading up right to this event. This is sort of the where it all ends for our guys. We hand them off to you and forget they ever existed. So that's how we're doing.
Jeremiah Love.
Yep. Speaking of handing off, there's Jeremiah Love off the board to the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if I love that pick.
Oh, my boy Scat is safe, dude. He's safe.
I don't know if I agree. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense from like a team building perspective.
No.
But they took him away from my Giants, so we couldn't make a bad decision. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's very, very weird that they have 4 solid running backs in their room. That means you would think one of them gets moved either this weekend, definitely this weekend. Right. Well, it's not going to be Algier. You would think maybe Connor, but what can you get for him? He's 30.
They just gave him some money too.
Did they?
Benson would be the odd man out.
You think so? Man, they gave up on Benson quick.
Yeah, I think they'd have to trade Benson.
Yeah, you probably would. I think he's almost up for a contract too at this point. It's got to be close to the time that he needs to get paid. So they might want to move off him now. But, real quick, what do you think the Giants do here with your pick?
I think that they're either going to go Styles or Downs. I'm hoping for Downs, and then I think at 10 they know like one of the receivers they want should be there. They don't have to necessarily like make their pick a one, but I think Styles and Downs, neither of them would be there if they waited. So I think they're playing that game.
Speaking of wide receiver, do you think Jordan Tyson has the hamstrings for MetLife Stadium?
I didn't you hear? We just have to size his shoes down.
Like JSN.
Yeah.
Which is a weird story, but good for him for figuring that out.
Yeah, no,
wearing the wrong size shoes for 30 years of your life.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't even know how you do that, but yeah, I think you could swing it. It's tough. I think once you get the NFL conditioning, like anything is possible. Like JSN is a good example of a guy who I think we were all worried sick about him coming into the league, and I don't know, has he even missed a game? So
I don't think so. No,
like it's always hard to tell. He's got a track record at this point that makes you nervous, but I'd be thrilled to see him in Big Blue. So I'd be like, he's going to be fine now.
Let's pull up real quick while we just forgot to talk about him. Jeremiah Love here, his PFF stuff real quick and talk about it. We have a just all around great numbers, 93.7 rushing grade, zone and gap are both above 80, elusive rating of 127.5 yards after contact, 4.5, 18 touchdowns, 27 receptions, 280 yards. This dude, honestly, watching his film, this is the guy who could have probably played slot receiver, not even just a running back.
He's got the size for it.
He does have the size for it. He is the 2A, 2B running back I've scouted since, I've started this, Bijan being one. To be honest with you, I really loved Jahmyr Gibbs too. So that's a tough one for me to put. Whoa, what the hell? We look like the fucking Power Rangers when they start morphing up here. There we go. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. The Cardinals, I don't know if I love this pick, but it is probably the best player on the board.
They have a terrible offensive line. They have no quarterback. This is just a stupid pick for them, I guess. I don't know. It's like a bad franchise pick. It's like, what do we do? Oh, let's take him. Like, dude,
well,
you have no line. You have no.
It's hit and miss because the Falcons took Bijan, and that may not have been the great pick, but he's won them some football games, even though they're not doing much after that.
Yeah,
Jahmyr Gibbs was absolutely the right pick for the Detroit Lions, Stash and Genty.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. But now the Giants are still on the clock. I guess they're just
the Titans are on the clock.
Oh, the Titans are on the clock.
Yeah.
This is where I wanted Jeremiah Love to go. This is where I know Chev wanted Jeremiah Love to go, and I know he's probably kicking himself right now that it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, this would have been a good spot for a running back. Yeah, the Cardinals it's a weird fit. Like it doesn't move him off. He's still going to be my 101, but it definitely is like an odd spot. Like, because I don't know how that backfield's going to shake out, as you guys were saying. Like, they have to give
I think it
touches.
has to be him, right?
Like, what if they keep three guys? Like, what if they have three dudes? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Who's going to get the
you're
goal
not
line
going to be throwing the ball too much with Jacoby Brissett, so you might as well hand it off 97 times.
Dude, you're throwing the ball a million times if you got what's his name out there, Michael Wilson as wide receiver one, dude.
True.
The hell of a late season pickup. Yeah, it's back home. They're moving him home
to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. And AJ Brown is going to be up with the Rossini Vrabel family. She deactivated her Twitter, by the way.
Why? Because you were going to message her?
Because I keep harassing her. I don't know.
He wrote his messenger. Leave AJ Brown alone.
Yeah.
He's recording like the Britney Spears guy.
He is mine.
AJ Brown alone. This is going to be interesting what the Tennessee Titans do. I think they got to go edge rusher here at 4 now that Love is gone, right?
Nah, dude, you got to go out. You got to go line, dude. Go line, protect your quarterback. That's all you do back-to-back years. Take Cam Ward, then you take the
coach, though.
Yeah. Take the offensive lineman. Or take Cardell Tate.
Whoa!
or take the best wide receiver available. Okay.
Perfect. My wide receiver 1 off the board at pick number 4 overall, Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate. Spencer, let's start with you. How are you feeling with this one?
I mean, this is a really good spot for him. I love it for
It's a
Cam.
fabulous
I'm a
spot.
little disappointed. I thought he was a perfect fit for the Giants because he knows how to operate as a 2 in an offense. So I was like, not every wide receiver knows how to do that. Not every wide receiver can be consistent play to play while not seeing every target. Like I think Neighbor is a good example. He's a rhythm guy. We need a guy like Tate who's willing to take a step back, and so a little disappointed that my G-men don't get a shot at him, but I think this is a great spot for him. And again, I'm really excited for Cam Ward. He needed this bad.
He needed this,
Yeah.
And Brian Dable needed this. Your former head coach needed this. This is a big spot for Carnell Tate. Rich, what are your thoughts off the cuff?
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for him. I mean, Cam Ward needs a number one guy, and he's going to step into that role. I would have liked to see him take an offensive lineman, but hey, get him the shiny new toys. Dable's going to come up with something crazy for him.
Big body wide out, can win down the field.
We did see, and you seen last year with being a Giants fan, you do see, Dable likes to have all those crazy plays, throw the ball over the field, wish having a terrible offensive line. Jackson Dart was in that blue tent 1,000 times. Does that happen? Does that happen in Tennessee? I don't know.
He also wants to get his guys to hold it. So that's also part of why they get hit so much is he loves to get his quarterbacks to hold it for a while.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it wasn't just Dart. Daniel Jones back in the day, same thing, same issue.
Yeah. That Tennessee blue is just sharp, man. Those jerseys that they just, obviously they've had them for a while, but I know they just updated them. It's a very sharp jersey.
Very sharp. Very dapper.
Does this lock him up at the 102 for you guys at Dynasty?
I'd have to see. I'd have to see like where, especially like Lemon, where Lemon goes. I feel like he could slide a little bit and get to a really good team. And he was my number one coming in. Just love the player. So, but it is an exciting spot. It certainly won't slide him down. I think it solidifies him in that next tier.
I was going to say, does this spot for him in Tennessee make an argument for him at 101 over
I don't know if
Jeremiah Love because of his spot, just based off of spots and rooms in that running back room we just talked about is loaded. It's going to be him. I don't even know if they even got a full room.
True. I think the best case scenario, if you have the 101 and you want Carnell Tate, if you're not ready to win right now, or compete for maybe 2 years, you can move back from the 101 and get a nice piece on top of Carnell Tate to get to the 102. I think you could probably even get another some people will probably even give you another first, a 2027 first to get to him. That would be crazy if you could do it. I would maybe even, to be honest, an early second if you can make that happen. Because I do believe Carnell Tate's a very good wide receiver. I mean, again, I had him as my wide receiver 1 of this class. And for him to go top 4 in the NFL draft is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't see too many wide receivers go in the top 4.
No, that was a big spot for him. That was a big spot.
The Giants pick is in. Spencer, call it. Who is it?
I'm waiting. I think I'm like 4 seconds behind you guys, so I'm gearing up.
Well, don't worry. They're going to commercial break.
Yeah, of course they are. Yep, there we go.
Are you watching on NFL Network or ESPN?
I'm on the ABC stream was what I was able to get on.
So we are on all 3 different wavelengths right now.
Oh boy.
Yep. Oh man. No, it's
one of us is not going to know what's happening.
Yeah. I'm not brave enough.
Who's your call here?
I think it's Downs. A lot of the like steam has been building towards Downs, and then Sonny Styles got thrown into the mix really late this week, which always makes me think like, I don't know, maybe they're trying to throw off the scent, but our secondary is so rough, and like we've shored up linebacker at least all right. It's still not a strength, but we've shored it up at least a little bit compared to our secondary. You could pass all day all over us. Obviously, we just created this offseason. We wanted to make sure we did right by Saquon and created wide open lanes up the middle by trading Sexy Dexy. So, that was we did that for Saquon. I hope.
To be honest with you, Bobby Okereke letting him walk was kind of surprising.
Yeah, we did. Christ, now I can't remember. We did replace him with somebody.
I don't
It was
remember
it
who.
was
I
a
like
good
the
name.
Paracay though.
I did. I did like him too, but he wasn't very good. Like he couldn't cover at all, and he seemed to
He's more
Bobby
of a
lose
O'Carroll.
tackler
a
than a
step or two a little bit. So I forget who we replaced him with, but it was the linebacker from the Bears.
Oh, was that Tremaine Edmonds?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
So like
That's a
I
good
think that's
pickup.
kind of a 1-for-1, maybe even a slight upgrade. So I feel good about that. But
Yeah,
and
that is a good
McFadden is
pickup.
McFadden obviously I think he left.
Looks
There's
like
a couple
I think
things.
the Chiefs.
But,
I think I'm reading the Chiefs are trading up to 6.
ooh,
The Chiefs are trading up to 6.
Dude, they got a wide receiver. I think they're going to trade. They're trying to get ahead of Washington. Washington, I was reading they like Tate. Do they move up and take Jordan Tyson?
Be interesting.
Do the Giants take Jordan Tyson? I think the Giants are taking Bain.
That would be crazy. No, they can't do another.
We
edge
can't.
rusher.
That's the only area we have depth.
I don't know. They didn't like. They didn't like Thibodeau.
No, we
I
don't
thought they
like
were like back
Thibodeau.
in-
We didn't like what's his name, Carter from last year. We don't like him,
Yeah.
but we have him.
Yeah, right.
we
That's
just
true.
collect them all.
Or Sonny Styles.
Yeah.
Which
But
that's
there's
going
There's
to
a
screw me up
million ways we
because
could go. But
the next guest is coming on at the Chiefs pick, so that's going to screw me up a little bit here. But we'll figure it out. We could probably jump him on here while Spencer's on too, talking about the Giants.
Full trade, number 6 for number 974 and 114.
whew,
They got to get. I think they're coming up to get an edge. The Chiefs.
we'll see.
Or the cornerback. They just got rid of what's his name?
Oh, true. They could go safety.
McDuffie. What
Caleb
will they do?
Downs?
Do they get extra minutes because of all these commercials? I'm so confused. Like I feel like we've been on it like another 5 minutes. It's not fair.
Oh, here we go. I
What
thought
is
that
it?
one dude. I thought the one
We
kid
need
was
every
John
edge we
Cena for
can
a
get,
second.
guys.
I thought the one kid was John Cena with the red shirt, the blue hat. I thought he was wearing
Bro.
jorts for a second.
Oh, dude, yeah, it looks like it.
Missed opportunity. I'm taking there.
I'm
Sorry,
very.
Bane.
They got to
There.
take a what? Who do you think they take, Spence? Who was your last call?
I'm calling Downs. I think it's
Downs.
Downs. That's a lot of hope speaking, but
Hopium.
mhm.
Can't go wrong with Hopium.
Chiefs moving up. Maybe it is a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do to get these people to stop wearing these big ass hats? Man, I hate them so much. Those giant fucking hats. God, I hate them.
Well, to be honest with you, it's Gilly the kid's fault.
I can't stand it. I can't stand that.
It's all his
Like where?
damn fault.
Dude, they're getting a 12 minutes a pick, dude. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Oh my goodness.
And they got 2 first rounders too.
They're gonna do
Giants,
this
I
at 10
forgot.
also. Yeah.
Oh God. Let's see.
All right, here we go. Gets up at the mic.
Oh,
Did they-
Arvell Reese.
They already zoomed in on him, but when the kid was reading, I'm like, hell.
How are you
Reese.
feeling? Another edge.
Yeah.
Spence.
He was one that when I was doing my scouting process, like I don't do defensive players nearly as much, but like with the top guys, I'll look at them for IDP leagues, and he's such a tweener that it makes me nervous. But
Could he
he's
be
a
your
great
linebacker?
player. Yeah, like he's not quite an edge. He's not quite a drop back, run
Right.
defense, middle of the field linebacker. Like he's a true in between guy, and I don't know. I don't know about the fit. It's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe we do what we actually tried to do with Abdul Carter last year, where like we tried to move him in and out. We tried to have a weapon like this, and Carter was a terrible fit for it. So maybe we actually now have a piece that we were looking for. But
yeah, it's gonna. I'm kind of shocked. I mean, like you mentioned, if he's a tweener, that's probably a good pick for you guys because an edge and a linebacker is not a bad combo to have. To be your stud. But although you have Brian Burns, who's also a stud, as in just a pure edge rusher. So you guys have studs all over that defensive line. Just interesting to see what they do. Spencer, do you mind if we bring on Dennis here as well for the Kansas City pick?
No, let's go, man.
All right, cool. I just sent him the invite. Dennis, if you're listening, I just sent you the invitation.
You're like a grandmother with technology. I've just sent you the invitation. If you're listening to me, can you hear me?
That's true.
It's gonna be Jordan Tyson.
Dude, they're Kansas City?
Yeah, I think so. They're like our wide receiver can't stop beating up his girlfriend and running his Corvette all over the 95. So
Rasheed Rice. And I really thought Xavier Worthy. Here's Dennis here.
Oh, he must have been listening.
Hold on. I got
God.
the screen.
Oh.
There we go.
Gentlemen.
Dennis Michelsen from the Science of Fantasy Football and the Sports Affiliation. How are you, Dennis?
I don't know, man.
I'm doing fantastic. And hey, I called that trade earlier
today,
didn't I?
You did.
Nice.
You did. I am kind of shocked that it happened, but I was hoping for as many trades as possible here. Dennis, this is your first time on the podcast with us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself real quick before the Chiefs make their pick and who you think the pick is going to be?
So professionally, I was a meteorologist for 25 years. I host radio shows here in Danville, Illinois now. And, I'm a big believer that you can figure out a lot about fantasy football from science. My partner in crime on my podcast, The Science of Fantasy Football, is a professor. He's a biology professor from University of Arkansas, Little Rock. And,
nice.
we use scientific methods to look at statistics. We're a big believer in upside consistency. And, I just I'm not used to having my Chiefs draft this early, guys. In the past, I've kind of dozed off during the draft.
Right. You wake up at pick 30, roughly, and then they're on the clock.
Like,
who do you think their pick is?
They could go one of two directions. They could go defense or they could go offensive lineman here. I think that's it. I think they traded up because maybe they want to get Caleb Downs here.
I was thinking that too.
He'd be a perfect fit for that Kansas City defense. I think they really wanted Arvell Reese. They were hoping he'd drop one more because they could always use another guy on the edge. But, they lost a big chunk of their secondary to free agency. And one of their key parts of their defense is having a guy who's versatile enough to play sort of that nickel corner because they play a lot of five, quarterback or five defensive back alignments. So having that guy who can come up and kind of be versatile, but also can play safety in a traditional set when they're trying to stop the run, I think that's big. So I wouldn't be surprised to go with him there. There's a couple good right tackles, though, offensive tackles that are still available. And, they could always use help there.
The pick is in. Let's see who they go with.
Yeah. If it is Downs, I'll make the trade for you on behalf of the Giants. You can take Reese. I wanted him.
Oh, Mansour Delane.
Oh, Mansour, the corner.
Ooh, yeah, that's another good pick. I'm a little surprised that they felt like they had to trade up to 6 to get him, though. That's the only thing. I think he would have fallen to 9, but hey, Veach has won more Super Bowls than I have as a general manager, so I'm gonna trust him here on that pick.
Yeah, you feeling pretty good about that pick with Mansour?
Yeah, I do.
After trading McDuffie?
Yeah, the only question that I had with this pick is if they'd go with the more versatile guy, but they don't like to draft safeties early, so this makes a lot of sense. I think he is the best corner in the draft, other than the kid from Tennessee who got hurt.
McCoy, I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
McCoy. Mm-hmm. I would not be surprised to see them go back with pick 29 with McCoy because I think he'll still be on the board. Then I think they'll address some of their other needs. In the second round because they have another early pick. So, an embarrassment of riches. But boy, you give Spags a couple of good players on that defense to go with the returning players, and I think you're going to see a big improvement. I don't think my Chiefs are going to be drafting top 10 next year.
No, probably not. And it wouldn't shock me if they go with their later pick, the safety from Toledo, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. That'd be an interesting one. That'd be very interesting. Spencer, how are you? Sorry, go ahead.
No, very athletic guy. I agree with you. That is another kind of Spagnola pick. So that would make a lot of sense.
Heavy hitter too. Heavy hitter.
Oh yeah.
Spencer, how are you feeling with this pick, knowing that the Giants probably could have also used the corner, to be honest with you.
I was just talking to my buddy Tom the other day, a big Giants fan as well. We were talking. Delane was one of the names I mentioned. I was hoping we would grab Reese. Reese honestly never came up, and I really thought he was going 2. So the slide kind of makes sense, But yeah, we could use a corner. We could use everything. You could literally say that any position that gets drafted, you could say we could use it. So.
Except maybe quarterback. I think you're okay there for at least another year or two.
At least another year, until Dart has 15 injuries stacking up, and we start to say, "Can he stay on the field?"
Yeah.
Rich, how are you feeling with this pick?
I mean, I feel like they had to kind of make that pick just because they they didn't let him go. They traded McDuffie to Seattle, so it's kind of like you had to replace him there. Was it the Rams?
Yeah,
okay, the Rams, whatever. Yeah, so they kind of felt like they had to go there, and it's not a bad pick. Do I think he would have been there at 9? Probably, but you know what? When you have your guy, it's all right. If you want to move up and get your guy, get your guy. You know what I mean?
They gave up a 3rd and a 5th to move up 3 spots. There's nothing really wrong with that.
No, I was afraid that if they were going to make the pick for 3, made the trade to 3, they would have had to give up 29 as well.
Yeah,
and I wasn't happy with that idea. I want them to have more picks because they've got more holes to fill on that defensive side. And it's, they've got some existing guys, deeper on the bench who know the system and will probably surprise us. But I like having these blue chippers because when you're drafting top 10, and that doesn't happen very often with the Chiefs, you're drafting top 10, you got a sure bet to get a guy who is a difference maker. And man, that they got one with this pick.
They did.
I really think he was my favorite cornerback in traditional cornerback in this draft.
Let's see what the Commanders do here.
They picked rather quickly, dude.
They did.
They had that pick in like 4 minutes ago.
I'll cry if it's Ruben Bain, to be honest with you guys.
It's okay. We can join together, us NFC Easters, to hate on the Commanders. That's something we can do together.
Let's call it out. Who's the pick, Spencer?
This is going to be Tyson.
I think Tyson too.
I agree 100%. They add another big wide receiver to go with McLaurin, and that's always
I love
pretty
Terry
good
McLaurin.
attack.
Big fan of Terry. McLaurin.
I like Terry.
He's been a thorn in the Eagles' side for a little while.
Yeah, but as soon as he signed that contract, suddenly he wasn't feeling too good.
He's getting a little older too, 31.
Yeah.
Well, Tyson is a great ad because he runs just a different route tree than McLaurin too, and he's a whole different kind of guy. That would make a lot of sense here.
I'm going to go Mekhi Lemon here as
that's not a bad
slot,
pick either.
explosive, intense wide receiver. I think that would be the great fit because you could line up Terry out wide. He could play, the Z, the X, but then Mekhi can kind of rotate.
Well, it's Sunny style, so.
Wow, we're all never mind.
That makes sense too, though. They got holes on the defense that fits, and he's another one of those guys that is kind of like very versatile.
Very athletic too.
Yeah, very athletic, very versatile. He really doesn't have one position, so it's going to be interesting to see how they use him. But he's another guy that I wouldn't have minded going to my Chiefs at 9 either. He was another guy that I was thinking might be there if Bain was gone. I was pretty convinced at 9 they were getting Bain, but it'll be interesting to see how far Bain slides now.
the rain fall keeps happening. If he gets to 23, the Philadelphia Eagles select Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
I think this is a good pick for the Commanders. Bobby Wagner, obviously, we're talking about a Hall of Famer who's probably done not much longer from now. And Frankie Louvu, since leaving Carolina, has been kind of a shell of himself.
Mhm.
A lot of penalties on that dude too, but Sonny Styles
Yeah.
could bring a difference to that defense. I know as Eagles fans, we're probably not thrilled about this, but I'm just glad it's not Ruben Bain because I think that kid's going to be good.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Saints
The
already have
pick
a
is
pick
in
now.
already. I think, dude, is this where this has to be where Tyson goes?
Who is it now?
All right.
Now I got to pull up the
Saints.
draft.
Tyson or
Saints.
Lemon would be a great
Yeah.
fit here. Either one would be a great fit to go with Olave.
Yeah,
I
the
think
only
they
thing
do
with Tyson
definitely
is he plays a little similarly to Olave. That would be like, not that that's a problem. Oh, you got two separators who get open, have sure hands, and can catch everything on the outside.
Well, that's
no,
a
what are
problem
we
when
gonna
you
do?
talk about Philadelphia. It's a pretty huge problem, apparently.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of them.
I'm
very
very
anti.
interested to see what they do with Kellen Moore. I think they definitely draft an offensive skill position player here. Let's call it out. But we'll start with you, Dennis. Who do you think they take? You said Tyson was your selection?
Yeah, I think either Tyson or Lemon would make a lot of sense here.
Jonah Coleman is going to be the answer. Rich, who do you got?
I'll go in Tyson as well.
Spencer?
I think they go defense. I think this is where Downs goes.
That's
Oh,
not
that
bad
would be-
either.
That'd be interesting.
That would be very interesting. They have not had some great safety play since the Honey Badger. So,
Yeah.
right? Or is there somebody in between there that might have been? I'm thinking no, right?
Nobody great. They've had a couple guys who have flashed, but then they always fade out.
Malcolm Jenkins.
Spencer, you want to say on for this pick here with us, and then
Absolutely, yeah.
cool.
Got to give Dennis a spotlight here.
Yeah. Yeah, things got a little shooken up when the Chiefs had to sneak in on us.
Well, the Giants are picking again at 10.
Yeah, you got to keep your Giants game around for his
Oh
next
well,
pick.
if you'll keep me on till 10,
I don't
I'll
mind
stay
that.
on.
As long as Dennis is the most recent guest. Are you all right with that, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, man.
All right, cool.
Guys, this is your show. I'm just glad to be a little small part of it. You guys are awesome.
Listen, I've been following you for a little while now. I'm glad that we finally got to have you on, and I really wanted this live edition to be kind of people that we haven't had on before, just because you want to talk to new people, right? And especially since Rich and I haven't done this in several weeks now. We took a little hiatus from any kind of podcasting, so it's good to talk to new people. And it's good to be back, to be honest.
We're both moving, so we're both in the process of trying to find houses, trying to sell our houses. So it's an absolute fun time. It's a time to be alive.
I can't wait to have a new spot to put this Devontae Smith Eagles helmet here that my friend gave me, which is awesome. I've always wanted a.
You sound like a kid. Like you sound like my daughter bringing her show and tell thing. And look what I got.
I can't wait for the AJ Brown trade to come down so my Devonta Smith shares go up, man. I got a lot of Devonta in Dynasty, so.
Same here. Devontae is probably going to be one of my favorite Eagles of all time, and probably one of, if not my favorite Eagles wide receiver of all time. Just does everything you need him to do. Doesn't complain, just kind of goes to work, kind of just makes every play possible. I'm a big fan of Devontae. So I'm glad he's finally getting some of the respect he deserves. I'm very interested to see. And then we got another month and a half before that trade can even happen with AJ Brown. And is there kind of, some compensation to be had with, this kind of Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel kind of shit that's been going on, right? Do we get some tampering, tampering allegations to be had with that? It's going to be interesting.
As the Tums turn here, it's just going to be one more thing after another with that whole deal. I can honestly say, I didn't think it was a big deal. I still don't think it's a big deal. I think there's more than one coach cheating
Oh
on,
no, yeah.
you know,
It's just
his spouse, but it's just weird. And I wasn't even a fan of Rossini's. You know, I
it,
think she's been more of that get it first rather than get it right kind of reporter in recent years. So I haven't been a big fan of hers, but I thought it was kind of ridiculous that she's getting beat up so much. Other than her husband, he's got the right to be the one that's upset. And you know, the weirdest thing that came out though today is when the picture of them from 6 years ago was there, because
yeah, that was weird.
I think her one kid is whose name Mike is 5 years old. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, the timing is impeccable there.
I just find the thing that bothers me the most about that is there's been all this AJ Brown scuttlebutt to the Patriots, and it's always been from Rossini. So I find that very odd. And you know, she's been on Philadelphia radio. She even won Analyst of the Year on 94 WIP, a radio station here. So
that's all you need to know about that radio station. That's such a that's a bullshit radio.
Philly sports radio is a joke of what it used to be, unfortunately.
Well, you Philadelphia fans, man, you get a reputation. And I remember years ago, probably before you guys were born, I was living in Baltimore, and I came up to the old Vet, you know, Veterans Stadium for a Phillies game. This was 1984, a good year for the Cubs. And I couldn't believe that the Phillies fans were booing Mike Smith. I'm like, what are you doing? This guy's a legend. What are you doing?
Right.
But, you know, you guys earned that reputation of being tough fans.
We're tough because we love.
Never do that.
We have a tough exterior. We're loving.
Yeah, we are. We're tough.
I will say, in defense of the Phillies fans, the Trey Turner slump standing ovation is probably one of the coolest fan moments I think I've ever seen. Got him going. I mean, like genuinely, got him going. You're slumping hard. Got him going. That was one of the coolest fan things I've ever seen.
I think they just showed Makai Lemon on screen, but right before the Saints selection came.
It's not Makai Lemon. I won't ruin it for you. I'm a Twitter addict. I already know who it is.
Ooh,
I'll just be honest.
Right. We did okay on that one. I'll ruin it by saying that much.
Come on, Raj.
Jordan Tyson.
Yep, there it is. His ACLs are safe from MetLife for one.
Yeah.
That's a good pick for them. I do agree with what you said, Spencer, though. Him and Olave play a very similar game, kind of explosive route runners can win down the field. We'll start with you here. What do you think of this pick for the New Orleans Saints offense and for his dynasty value?
I mean, I've been a huge fan of Tyson since his Colorado days, honestly. Like, he's just always been explosive. He's always working, always grinding. And like, I think that mentality is going to carry him into the next level. I know he's gotten a lot of flack for his toughness, but this is a kid you just see. Part of the reason he gets hurt so much is because he just he puts everything on the line. You know, the collarbone injury was him going up for a ball, putting himself in harm's way. He didn't need to. The hamstrings, the reason it got worse is because he kept playing through it. Like, they're getting a gamer here. I think he's a great fit with Shuck. It's going to be, I mean, like, I think this is going to be perfect. And if Shuck doesn't work out, they have a lot of opportunities next year to get a good quarterback that now walks into a room where you have two guys who can get open, are safe, sure-handed. Like, it's kind of what you want in an offense. I love the fit here.
I am happy for the kid because, there has been a lot of scuttlebutt about the injuries. There were a lot of people saying he was going to fall into the second round. Obviously, he's my wide receiver 4, but I still think the talent is there. I loved his 2024 film as opposed to 2025. And I have read exactly what Spencer said about him playing through the injuries is what kind of made it a little bit worse for him. Rich, what do you think? Do you think this puts him in the 103, 102 discussion for Dynasty? I know you were higher on Tyson.
I was higher on him, but the more I look at it, it kind of his injuries did scare me. I know there was a lot of talk at the beginning about the Eagles potentially trading up to get him if they replace him with AJ Brown. And my big thing was, everyone tries to say, "Oh, AJ Brown's knees," and worry about AJ Brown's knees. Well, this guy's knees aren't it. He's a young kid with really bad knee injuries. Yes, he played through it, but that was always a deterrent for me. He is a hard worker. His tape is like impossible not to like. I'm rooting for the kid, but in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, is he going to injure his legs again? You know what I mean? He has a soft tissue injuries and his knees, but he's landing in a good spot, I think. Young quarterback with a new, young wide receiver could be good for him. And with Kellen Moore, we know all about Kellen Moore here. So.
I don't think Kellen Moore has been a bad play caller anywhere he's been, really. So this helps. Dennis, when it comes to Tyson to the Saints and Carnell Tate to the Titans, who were you having ranked higher as of right this second?
I had Carnell Tate just a little bit ahead of Tyson before the landing spots. I had the top three really tight. I'm a big believer, guys, that, and maybe this is from my years of weather forecasting and once forecasting 7 inches of partly cloudy for Denver on the worst day when they're moving between airports, and I worked for United Airlines. But I understand that forecasts are going to be wrong. And so when I look at players, I have a very broad brush before I see landing positions. But I had Tate slightly ahead of Tyson, with Lemon possibly popping up depending on where he lands. And with these landing positions, I like to see a guy who really doesn't have any competition for the lead in targets. And when you go to the Saints now, you're looking at Olave,
That's
yeah,
like
he has
targets last year.
He's got the concussion. Yeah, he's got the concussion issues from the previous couple of years. He learned how to not get hit last year, and I think we saw the best of him. I don't think you're going to not see the best of Olave for a number of years. So I'm looking at Tyson in that situation, where being in that situation with another great wide receiver and in a passing attack that probably wouldn't want to pass as much if their defense can come around, I think that might cap his ability. And I'm doing a study now on draft position versus performance. And I use a statistical tool that I invented called the MVP index that looks at a weekly upside consistency for players. And for wide receivers drafted in the top 10, only 16% hit WR1 numbers their first year in the league. That's a remarkably low number.
Surprisingly low.
Yeah, only 26% had WR2 numbers, 42% hitting a good flex starter position. Now that flips for their careers. Top 10 wide receivers are a lock to put in a pretty much a WR, top 20 seasons, almost, unless they've had injury problems, they're almost a sure bet. So on a dynasty level, it makes a lot of sense to draft those wide receivers. First year, I would be very cautious unless a guy falls to a position where he's going to be the target guy. And I think Tate certainly is going to have that opportunity in Tennessee, and I don't think Tyson will with the Saints.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like. Now, as you were explaining that to us, Spencer Fano, the Utah tackle, just went to the Cleveland Browns. That is definitely something they needed. They need to protect whoever the hell the quarterback is in Cleveland. I heard some, they're doing that non-mandatory camp thing that they got going on right now. I heard some things where, Shador looked pretty good. I heard Deshaun Watson looked pretty good. They just need to let Shador be the starter for this year. See what they really have. Keep Deshaun Watson away from everything. That has been an utter failure, to be honest with you, that whole trade. But this was the right pick for them, and I think we all agree on that. And the Giants real quick turned in their card at pick 10. This would be shocking if it's not a offensive skill position player or a tackle.
I agree.
It might be Lemon, dude. Might be a lemon head. Who knows?
Yeah, but Downs, I didn't think Downs was going to make it this far.
That's true.
And
Boy, that'd
You
be
know,
a
like-
double up.
Dude.
That would be a double up.
I love
Yeah.
how dude, they are like flying up to this podium. It's
they're
like they
really
all
moving.
can't
Love
believe
this
who's
kid.
there for them. Oh wow.
I will say,
Okay.
who do you think was the last wide receiver
Oh.
Tennessee picked at 4? Who was that?
Corey Davis.
Oh, it
Oh,
was. Yeah, Corey Davis.
But hey, tackle Francis Mawa from
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
That was needed.
That's
Protecting
definitely
the
needed.
dart,
That's-
man.
We needed
That's
that. Yep.
That's the guy I thought might go to the Chiefs at 9 also.
Yeah.
If they go tackle, I think he was the best tackle. Him and the kid from Alabama were the two that I was
Oh, it's that
thinking would
Proctor, right?
Proctor. Yeah, I thought they would both go before Fano, but hey, the Browns are being the Browns. They've got their
Yeah.
own way of rating players, I guess. I didn't really think 9 for
I think I've
Fano
seen
to me is
yeah.
pretty early.
Yeah.
I thought I've seen Fano in most mocks later on in the first round.
About mid-teens ish, mid to late
Yeah.
teens in the draft was where I thought he would go.
Listen,
So Spencer,
I'm
you
glad.
like this pick, right?
I do like this pick. This is a good pick. We need this. Dart needs protection.
Mhm.
You know, Maga, he's a beast on both sides. He can also help
Cowboys
in the run
moved
game.
up.
We need that too.
Oh, the Cowboys moved up.
Oh, Cowboys moved up a pick. Interesting.
Did
What-
they trade George Pickens to Miami?
Yes.
I
But
hope
this
they're
was the
getting
right
more than
selection
just
for
a-
them.
Yeah, I hope they're getting the pick itself. They're keeping their 12.
I was gonna say they're getting to 11 and 12. Dude, they had to have traded. Did they trade Pickens?
Yeah.
Did they? That's weird.
No, they did. They don't have.
No, they have 11.
It
The
says
TV says
Miami's
11.
next after.
Look,
No,
turn on
just-
ESPN, dude.
Yeah, it just updated. 11 and 12, both them.
Oh God,
Wow.
did they have 11, 12, and 20?
Oh,
They
now
had to have moved.
Yeah,
They had to
now
move
they're
from-
This is
Ah,
getting
they got it.
insane. I love it.
They
they're
flip
taking
flop.
12 off. Yeah, they're taking 12
There we
back
go.
over to. Yeah, it was just
Oh,
a
so it's
swap.
Miami's pick now. All right. Whew.
So they got 12, 177, and 180.
They got to be going. They got to be going Bain, right? They
I
had to
think they're
move up
going
to
Bain.
get Bain. They had to be taking Bain.
Which I'm going to throw up. I don't love that
Let
as
his
an
little
Eagles fan.
let his little T-Rex arms, let him run
Yeah, right.
around.
I don't give a shit. Dude, that dude can play.
Yeah, see, I was convinced the arm thing wasn't going to be a thing unless the Jets picked him, and then it was going to be just
Yeah.
a Jet thing.
No, I'm
Is that
fine
who
letting
we're
it be a
thinking?
thing for the Cowboys too,
Yeah.
They don't know how to coach these guys up.
Mm-mm.
Rich, we'll start with you. Is this who you think Dallas takes here? Is you think it's Ruben Bain?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to go defense. They don't need anything offensively. They did. I wouldn't be surprised if they took up an offensive lineman. Who was it? I get his name's escaping me. That just retired over the. Was it Martin? Someone just retired. One of their offensive linemen.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Kind of out of the blue. I forget his name, but he kind of retired out of nowhere. There could be a tackle or an offensive lineman. I
Could
don't,
be.
but Bain seems very, very Cowboys pick.
If they are dealing Pickens, though, wouldn't grabbing Lemon here be kind of a?
If they grab Lemon here, I think Pickens is out the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that would make sense.
Did we
So
hear
for
what the
11?
trade was? Did we hear what the trade was for?
So
It's-
it was
so-
pick 11 for pick 12, a fifth round, 2 fifth rounders. So it was
One
a swap.
177 and 188. 180.
Yeah. Not bad to get up and get your guy, whoever it is, right? You're giving up 2 fifth round picks or really just dart throws anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm
Miami's
sure they probably thought somebody else was going to move up if that's what they're doing.
Miami has some of the same needs on defense as Dallas as well.
Sure.
So I think the Bain pick would make more sense here because I think that's a guy that Miami would have wanted to have maybe as well.
Yeah. I would think Miami would go Lemon because they traded Waddle, but who knows?
Right.
Yeah,
I
Miami.
So
don't
you
know.
want to hang out with us for this
Yeah.
pick since it's the NFC East? Spencer?
Yeah, I'll stick for this and then I'll hop.
Okay, we'll give Dennis some more time since we crowded his time a little bit because the Chiefs
sorry
decided
for
to
that,
throw me a
Dennis.
curveball.
Oh, that's on Veach, man. That's Veach. You can blame Veach for that.
I mean, listen, I'm not calling him the Micah Parsons replacement, but they did move Micah Parsons, and now it wouldn't shock me if they go edge rusher here, right?
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's going to be interesting, and they do have a D tackle already, and Quinn and Williams. I almost say Quincy because they're too close in names. It keeps fucking me up, and they just happen to be related. They're brothers. So it would not shock me if defensive end is the pick here, whoever it might be. If it's a wide receiver, like I said, I think Pickens is absolutely out the door. And that was the rumor coming into tonight, is that he signed his franchise tag because he couldn't be traded until it was done. And all the rumors going off this offseason was he wasn't going to play for the franchise tag, which, to be honest with you, I mean, say what you want about the kid. The kid can play the wide receiver position as one of the best wide receivers in football. That he does need to get paid, and maybe that would calm him down a little bit, because it seems like whenever he wants a contract is when he starts trying to throw some people around.
Yeah, well, and for all of his issues, like he isn't, his character concerns, like I'd feel comfortable giving him a contract. He isn't acting like Rashee Rice or some of these other wide receivers who are getting paid. Like this doesn't seem to be an Antonio Brown. It just seems like it's a bit of a hothead on the field. It seems like he's okay off it.
My sister just told me to watch my language, so that was she just texted me. I think she forgets that I'm 34 years old at this point in my life. I can say the F word if I want to. But anyway, I'd be very shocked if he does get moved. But I think the kid, Pittsburgh did it. Like, say what you want, but he had some of the worst quarterback play in Pittsburgh for a while, and then you finally got him a guy in Dak, and they, obviously 3 of us here hate the Dallas Cowboys, but they were an offense to be reckoned with 4. Okay, Dennis too. So we are all in agreement that we're not fans of it's unanimous decision. We're not fans of the Cowboys, but they were a really good offense, and probably the best offense that they've had in some time. One spot. Let's see who they go with here. That is a crazy helmet that guy's wearing. It's got light bulbs on the top of it.
I hope they mess this pick up so bad. Who's the worst guy that they could take?
Oh boy,
Jacoby Lane.
I mean, Des Bryant was hyping him up today.
Oh God.
He really was.
They should. This is my anti-Cowboys selection here. They need to take the Navy running back right here.
Eli Heidenreich.
You can't let him go any farther. Yeah.
Let's see.
Caleb Downs.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna go cry now, guys. Thanks for having me on.
The Reuben Baines slip continues.
Yeah. No, all seriousness, guys. I'm going to drop off, give Dennis this moment, but I appreciate it. I hate that this is a good pick.
Yeah, so
there we go. But thank you so much for having me on.
Awesome.
Spencer,
thanks for being on, man.
For jumping on with us.
Dennis, great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, too. Spencer's
Let's
the man. He
is, even though he's a Giants fan.
Really, well, everybody's got one thing in their life that, you hold against them. But no, Spencer knows his stuff. I really, here's the thing, guys. I deal with the stats all the time and dig into all this stuff, and there's a lot of people that are very mouthy on fantasy football Twitter that shouldn't be
absolutely.
Spencer is one of the guys that is everything that he does, he is so knowledgeable on, and you'll never hear like these outlandish plant the flag takes on something. If he says it, I'm going to pay attention. He knows
that is the biggest thing about fantasy football. That's the biggest thing about fantasy football. Some people are just saying things to say things so they get buzz. Every once in a while, we may believe something that somebody else thinks that we're just saying just to say. But I don't think Spencer does that. I think, like you said, Spencer is very level-headed. Great guy, part of the fantasy football universe. Devy Mastermind, as they call themselves over at the Devy
Yes.
Planet.
Yep.
But the Caleb Downs pick, like you guys mentioned, it was a great pick for the Cowboys. He is PFF's 8th ranked player overall. I have some of the stats up here for you guys. You can see them. 11% missed tackle rate, very good. Not a whole lot of missed tackles. And I'm sure that's what the Cowboys secondary is looking for, because they have not had some good secondary tackling in quite some times. Because remember, Diggs, he's either a pick or he's letting something go for 90-something yards, right?
Yeah.
So getting this safety help over top is going to be good. Again, we look like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Let me fix that. But yeah, I like this pick by them. And now that's the 4th Ohio State player off the board in the first 11 picks. That's impressive.
How did they not win the championship with this much?
Fernando Mendoza, the number 1 overall pick.
Lousy quarterback play for him, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they would have won that game if they had, I don't know, Will Howard.
That's pretty low bar to set, and I can't argue with you. With that defense that they had, it was an unbelievable defense that should have been able to win, titles with me playing quarterback.
Yeah. And Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, like
they should have won more.
Why didn't they spend more in NIL to get a real quarterback? I mean, that's just what's crazy, because they got more money. I mean, they probably spent more money on players prior to the NIL than they do right now. And
that's the way of football now.
I went to Purdue. So Ohio State I hate more than Dallas Cowboys. Although I still have problems with hearing in one ear because of the Michigan band. I was sitting way too close. They play that damn Go Blue over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm sure. Listen, I don't love Michigan either. I have a lot of friends that are Michigan fans, so I kind of just root against them by proxy. So I get it. But speaking of, real quick, this Miami pick, the pick is in already. I'm glad that these teams that are, they're swarming to the podium, like Rich said. Do you think this is the Mekhi Lemon pick? They have nobody else. They have nobody else.
Sense. It would make sense, but this is the Dolphins after all. And do they just try to fix the defense because there's so many holes? And do they just say, you know what, we're just going to punt the offense for right now and try to really get some impact defensive players? That's kind of the only logic if they don't go wide receiver here, because Lemon's obviously the best of the last guy.
Caden Proctor.
Wow. He went high.
Yeah. That's a good pick, though. They need some tackle help. Although Malik Willis is going to look like Will Smith at the last episode of The Fresh Prince, where he's just standing in the living room by himself because he's going to have nobody to throw to. They did pick up somebody, right? I think, because they lost Waddle. They lost Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they don't have anything significant.
I think it's Malik Washington.
Well, yeah, that's their main guy right now.
Who I like.
That's pretty sad.
Oh, you know who it is that they picked up? Jalen Tolbert and Tutu Atwell.
Yes.
Big time players.
That is crazy. Yeah,
it's a very weak wide receiver pool for them, and I'm kind of shocked that they did not make that pick here. But I think if anybody takes Mekhi Lemon at this point, it's the next pick, the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh boy, would that be perfect for them?
Well, I mean, Puka Nacua cannot stay out of the media for negative reasons recently, so it would not shock me if they take a wide receiver. Where is Proctor on PFF's big board here? Give me a second while I find him. He is not in the top 30, unless I missed him. Oh, there he is, top 27. He's number 27 on their big board. Which, hey, you need that. Offensive line help as soon as possible. I mean, nothing wrong with going an Alabama tackle, right? So, what do you think about this pick, Dennis? You might be a little bit more versed at tackle play than Rich and I are. But that's probably one of the positions you need to nail as quick as possible.
Yeah, I was looking at the tackles more this year probably than other years because I knew that was a position where I thought the Chiefs might make a move in the draft is pick up one of these top tackles at 9, possibly. Proctor's really strong player. I mean, he looks great, but I just don't know with some of these guys as they make that leap from college to the pros. I'm not so sure this is a guy whose game is going to continue to develop and get better. I'm wondering if this is just who he is. But it's a pick that I guess makes sense for Miami because they need to build from the lines, both offense and defense. They're not going to be a playoff team this year.
No.
I still think they'll move A-Shane before the season starts. I wouldn't be surprised if they move A-Shane. So, they might just be looking to the future. And the one thing you could say about great offensive tackles is they stay there for a decade. So that's the kind of thing that you got to build that lineup before you can be a serious team. And the Dolphins in the last couple of years have not been a serious team.
Well, not only like you mentioned, you need to build from the trenches out, right? And that is, they brought in the defensive coordinator from the Packers, whose name's escaping me right now, to be their head football coach. And that's what the Packers have done for quite some time. Defensive line, offensive line, whether it's been super successful or not, they have definitely tried to make that work. So I do agree this is probably the right decision for them. As bad as they need wide receiver help, they need to protect Malik Willis. Spencer may have left, but he's still in our chat and in our hearts. So we appreciate you, Spencer, for jumping in the chat. Big Tolbert is coming. Listen, I don't know, man. He had some opportunities in Dallas before they brought in George Pickens, and it really never amounted to much. So it'll be interesting to see if he does get more of an opportunity in Miami than he did in Dallas, but I'm not counting on that. But they definitely need to bring someone.
Dolphins have another pick at 30. So
that's true. They do.
I think there still will be some wide receiver talent. I mean, obviously Lemon's going to be long gone. I think you're right. I think he's going this pick. But there are some guys that are interesting at that wide receiver position. Again, I've been looking at that because, Rashee Rice still hasn't, gotten a deal with Uber to get him off the road. Now, it would have been quite amazing if the Chiefs would have been able to land Bain, as long as they didn't have a ride share ever between Bain and Rashee Rice. But,
yeah, that's true.
But there are some.
Think about that.
I had to throw that one out there, man. Frustrated wannabe comedian. I got to have some material for you guys. But there are some guys. I don't think KC Concepcion's going to be available at 29 or 30. But a guy
that's a steal.
Denzel Boston is one of those guys that just kind of intrigues me. It's the kind of player that I think he could get better at the next level with the right quarterback and the right team. And he's a guy that I'm looking at for the Chiefs at 29, although I think they'll go cornerback again, maybe at 29, or go line at 29. But if they do go wide receiver, that's a guy that I really like, and that might be a good fit for Miami as well.
They need an X wide receiver. Both these teams need big body X's, and I kind of see Denzel Boston as like a Rome Odunze kind of light, right? I think Rome was a little bit more nuanced when he came out of Washington, and he was a top 10 pick himself, I think, or was he 12? He was either 10 or 12 in that draft a couple of years ago. So I think Boston's a solid wide receiver. He is very intriguing, can make plays down the field, can win in the intermediate part of the field as well. The speed is going to be the biggest thing for him, is can he stack defenders at the second level in the NFL? It's going to be interesting to see. Rich, who was your called out pick for the Rams here?
Man, I would think
that D-line that much.
I know, but that would be crazy if they went Bain and had Jared Verse too. That would be. I would think. Devontae Adams is getting up there. I think they go Lemon here.
I would think so too, but
I didn't want to mention the name because I don't want to jinx it, but I did read a couple Kenyon Sadiqs, and I'm like, oh my God, please no stay, because I want him to go to the Eagles so bad.
well, that would destroy your Terrence Ferguson love from last year too.
Yeah, true.
There goes my Tyler Higbee best ball draft. Man. I was grabbing him in the 20th all I can, guys. I actually think Sadiq's going to San Diego, the Chargers. Hey, I'm an old
really.
I think Sadiq could go to the Chargers.
That would be shocking because they had Oronde Gadsden look pretty good last year.
They want to go 2 tight end sets and
kill the seams.
Sadiq's not really a tight end, it's more of a traditional tight end where he can also catch some passes, but Sadiq would be an interesting addition with that passing game.
That would be interesting because nobody would be able to cover both those guys, and then Ladd at the same time too. That would be, and then Omari and Hampton just up the middle.
And Quentin Johnson ain't dead, guys. He's
surprisingly, he just keeps rising like the Undertaker every now and again.
He's okay. I mean, he's not a guy that you look at for fantasy football and you start getting excited. But in real football, he plays a role, and he kind of fits with that team. I'm just kind of looking at that and going, "That's
they took
Ty Simpson."
Ty Simpson. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
What?
Could not. I think they could have gotten him later with their second pick in the first round.
Wow.
Oh.
Ty Simpson is off the board, gentlemen.
Wow, that's
I did not see that one coming already.
Damn.
They got to get that kid in the weight room and start putting some beef on him. I mean, they really do. He doesn't need to start maybe for the next 2 seasons, but maybe this is a sign that Stafford did tell him, hey, I'm one and done. I'm only coming back for one more.
It could be, but why would you take him with a 13th overall pick when there's still some major players on the board that you also needed some depth in, right? At wide receiver.
Were they worried about the Jets at 16, though?
It could be that. That could absolutely play a part into it.
That's the only thing that would make sense to me.
He is the 42nd overall player on PFF's big board. Not 42nd in my heart. He is way down there.
I don't see him as being a viable NFL quarterback. I could be dead wrong, guys. Again, Denver still remembers my 7 inches of partly cloudy. I have made some bad forecasts. And I did once think Laviska Shenault was going to be a player. So
I remember that name.
Yeah, man, I got a track record.
What a time!
But Ty Simpson, he didn't even look to me like he could beat a really good defense in the college game, and he was behind some quarterbacks that didn't wow me yet. So I don't know. I think this is a bit of a reach at 13. That just seems way early to me.
I mean, you can see it on the PFF big board here that I have up. His 2 worst games were the playoff games against Georgia and Indiana. So in the big time spotlights, you folded, right? And those are 2 NFL caliber teams. I mean, we're seeing Georgia players go left and right every single year. Indiana had one of the best seasons in college football that, to really kind of stand out for their first time. Shocked is the answer I have here.
Dude, Baltimore didn't even put the time on for Baltimore. Dude, they pick us in.
We're like, oh yeah, we know what
we want.
Wow.
Who do you think the Baltimore pick is? It's obviously not Ty Simpson.
I was sweating for Sadiq here, but I would think that Lemon and Bain still being there is enticing enough for Baltimore, I would think.
Ravens coaching staff is interesting now because, Harbaugh's not there anymore. I would think it would be Sadiq.
Is this a place to go? Is this where Bain lands? He's still falling.
That's crazy. I wonder if the information that came out, a week or 2 ago with Bain,
with his driving,
is that what made him drop?
Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of surprising. Dan Orlowski shouting vindication because Dan has Simpson over Mendoza for some reason.
Yeah, but the some reason is that they have the same agents. So
Good point. Yeah.
If you look at Orlovsky over the last few years, guys, he's really been touting for awards that are kind of like those really kind of picks. If you go ahead and search who their agent is, he has been doing a good job of promoting his agent's guys. And he does the same thing with
though.
It's a great idea, but I'm surprised he didn't get called out for it, except from some idiot Chiefs fan.
Hey, listen, if you want to start that Twitter rumor for us, we'll back you up on it because Dan has been very pro and anti-Eagle at the same time for the past several years. He's very turncoat every now and again for us. So if you want to start that up, we can make that happen. This is a very interesting pick. The pick is in for the Ravens, like Rich mentioned. Tampa Bay. The next pick is also really interesting. Will they go Sadiq? Will they go Lemon? They definitely need another pass catcher now that Mike Evans is gone. Godwin's another year older, coming off injury. No, he came back from injury. I apologize. But he was, obviously still another year older. It's going to be interesting to see what these next two picks are. Do we see any more dynasty relevant guys going in within the next two picks? The only thing with Lemon here would be very confusing between him and Zay Flowers. They play a very similar kind of way. I love Zay Flowers though, but let's see.
I like Flowers as well, but I agree with you. He's a very similar player. I think the Buccaneers are going cornerback. And I think they want that kid Terrell from Clemson, maybe, is my guess. He's another corner that I really liked. And of course, with the Chiefs losing so many corners, I was looking at a lot of corners this year.
It's up the guard from Penn State.
I don't even know how to try to pronounce that for you guys.
Vega Oani.
Olava. He's going to be a starter. That's his name.
Yeah. He is the PFF's 16th best player on the board, on their big board. Hey, listen, Baltimore, another team, historically won through the trenches, built through the trenches, has done things the right way. Surprised they didn't go D-line here because I do know they need some help on that defensive line. But, hey, you got an MVP caliber quarterback who, has had some health issues in the past years. So protecting him is never the wrong answer. I'm the dynasty relevant guys sliding here is starting to make me a little concerned.
Well, we always talk about having a great left tackle. This kid is a hell of a left guard. Like he's a beast. Like he's over 300. I think he's probably like 310.
Yeah, that's what I was about to pull up. What is he?
He's a big dude. He's got to be like 320. I'm guessing 310, 320. But he's like a 6'4", like 310, 320 guy. Dynamite left tackle. Like this guy, or left guard, I should say, he is going to open a lot of holes for Derrick Henry. That's
man, that would be great, wouldn't it?
He is
6'4", 6'4" and a quarter at 320. That's a big fella.
I knew he's a big guard. Like he's a big guy, and he's also very versatile. Can't play center though. That was that was the only thing on him that I knew. But good interior guard. He might be the best left guard that you just kind of pencil in for the next 10 years there. He should be a good one.
Nothing wrong with going. My buddy just texted me, such a dumb pick by the Rams. I'm kind of surprised there. I think that was probably the right pick for them at the time. But yeah, I do like this pick for them. Again, Derrick Henry needs some more help blocking for him, right? As the older he gets. And again, that is huge for our dynasty rosters too, because some of us are trying to win one more championship with Derrick Henry at the helm. And anytime you can get a big body guard, exactly, a big body guard in there to open up lanes in the middle of the offensive line, you can't really go wrong with that. Or if you have him kick out, I would love to see that too. But Derrick Henry ain't taking it to the edge too much anymore.
No.
But having that interior help when they lost their great center to free agency, I know they plugged in another guy that'll be, good enough to get the job done, but getting a guard in there that is really, really strong will make that loss at center look a lot less.
Yeah, nothing wrong with going Big Ten guards, right? Either. So those guys are usually great for offensive line help. So good to see that happen. Let's see who you guys think the pick is for the Bucks. I know they could use some edge help. A mock draft that I have up here, they have them going with Akeem Mesidor, which would make sense, but I don't think that this mock draft had Ruben Bain still on the board, right? I think they could absolutely do that. They could go Kenyon Sadiq. They could go Lemon. What do you guys think, Rich? We'll start with you.
I think it's either going to be Lemon or Bain. They do, with Mike Evans leaving, they do need a wide receiver. He is a little guy, but I mean, I didn't expect him to fall this deep into the draft. Either one of them guys. That's kind of almost like a best available type situation with Bain and Lemon going this far down.
My prophecy could be fulfilled. The Eagles are on the clock, or a couple picks away at 23, where Ruben Bain could be
You just
pick.
Scared the shit out of me thinking we traded up, dude. You forgot how to fucking read and just insert just made up stuff.
That was my fault. I stuttered that one.
Oh, whoa.
It's been a while since I podcasted. I apologize. Dennis, who do you think it is?
I'm going to go with the Clemson cornerback, Terrell. I think they got to
go.
Oh,
AJ
defense.
Terrell. That's a good one. Yeah,
I think they got to go. They got to go defense. I think they have enough at wide receiver. I mean, McMillan is pretty decent. Egbuka's going to be able to take over for Godwin when Godwin's ready to slow down. And, Tess Johnson was like that extra guy who just, he, I don't know. He got so much out of his ability, and I think he could be even better. I mean, they got 4 solid wide receivers. I don't see them going, wide receiver. I think they got to go defense. They gotta give Baker a chance where he's not having to score 40 points to win a damn game.
And throw the ball 80 times.
Oh, yeah.
A healthy Bucky Irving could be big too for them coming in this year.
Yeah. Another guy I'm like filthy in Dynasty. I got so many shares of Bucky, it's crazy. So
do I. I had in that class, Bucky was my RB1. I still believe in the talent. I think, whatever happened last year, I think it was a shoulder injury and some mental health concerns.
That lingered too for him.
Yeah, it did. It had to have. So, and I was surprised with the amount of non-goal line touches he was getting, because he can run in between the tackles and he is good yards after contact kind of player. So I was kind of surprised. Maybe they felt with the shoulder injury, it wasn't best to give him short yardage carries, right? So it'll be interesting to see what he looks like this year. But Goodell's at the podium giving the Buccaneers selection. Let's hear who it is.
Prophecy not fulfilled.
Ruben Bain. There it is.
Yeah, that didn't hurt either. That's I knew they had to go defense.
Yeah.
He does
That's
not.
a good pick for them, though.
That is a great pick for them.
Yeah.
That is a great pick for them.
I bet they were shocked he was still on the board.
Yeah.
He gets to stay in the state of Florida too. I'm not as versed this year in a lot of the defensive line play as I was last year coming into this draft, but I watched a lot of Miami football this year, especially with how good they've been. Ruben Bain is a freak.
Dude, the Jets already have their pick in. Holy shit.
Wow.
Damn.
They are not playing around. I mean, Tampa Bay didn't really take that long either. We just had to get through the goddamn commercials.
That's a good spot for Lemon as well, to team up with Garrett Wilson. That would be a nice 1-2 punch. All they need is a quarterback next year. And I'm thinking 27 draft.
They got another first next year, right? They got 2 firsts next year as well.
They're loaded. They got 3 firsts total next year, I believe.
Really?
I think they do. I thought they did.
I know it's a minimum too. So I mean, hey, a third one, they could really stock up in a draft that's supposed to be one of the best. from all reports going so far. You got Arch next year. You got Jeremiah Smith next year. You got Cam Coleman. You have Lenore Sellers, depending on what happens with him. There's another quarterback whose name is just Dante Moore from Oregon. So
Mater.
yeah, the wide receiver, the who?
Is Mater coming out?
Oh yeah, Rich's cousin, John Mater, Oklahoma quarterback, who I kind of like, gives me some Baker Mayfield vibes. But yeah, I am very, this is a good pick for them. And to be honest, one of my favorite defensive players in the league plays for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and now they have two scary guys in Vita Vea, who plays with no gloves, absolutely terrifying mountain of a man, and then they have Ruben Bain, who is just an absolute pass rusher coming off the edge. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the Tampa Bay Bucks look like next year.
And Bain's a good decent run stopper too. I mean, you combine him with the big guy in the middle, and all of a sudden you can stop the run better than they did last year. I was really surprised, and teams seem to run on the Bucks at the wrong time of the game. Like they were able to kill games against them late by running, and that surprised me. So I'm not surprised to see them go line.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. It makes a ton of sense, and they have some other good edge rushers too, or defensive linemen. And Kalijah Cansey. I liked him. He actually has helped me in some IDP leagues every now and again in my defensive lineman spot because he is a good pass rush defensive lineman. So I do like he gets – I don't buy into the short arm stuff. Obviously, I think he is probably – I think they said the shortest arms for an edge rusher drafted in the first round in history. Listen, trends are meant to be broken every single time, right? At some point, somebody's got to break some trend, you would think. And I would not be shocked if it's Ruben Bain. The pick is in for the Jets. Dennis, you want to hang out with us for this pick?
Yeah, I could hang out one more.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm like, I can't even think. I'm like just having a panic attack. I'm like, he's getting so close. He's getting so close. But I don't think he gets past Minnesota, dude.
Oh,
and then there's Carolina, and I'm like, oh my god! And you know what they did? They took my goddamn Jatavion Sanders that year, and I was like, oh, I want him, but he turned out to be nothing. But I'm like, god damn it, don't do it to me again.
Too was the biggest
yeah,
issue.
no.
So you're telling us Sadiq is not the pick here with the Jets?
Oh no, I don't know. I think they go Lemon.
Oh, I thought you read it is why you were telling us that.
Oh no, I'm saying he keeps getting lurking closer and closer to our pick. I think this is Lemon. That'd be one nice 1-2 punch, as Dennis said, with Garrett Wilson and him.
I will throw up if he goes to the Detroit Lions. Next pick.
Ooh.
Who is it? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you fucking joking?
Wow.
Why would they take him? They just drafted Mason Taylor.
Wow.
They drafted Mason Taylor in the second round last year.
What a fucking stupid ass. God damn it, dude.
That is
if my sister's hearing this, Rich is just very upset right now. He'll settle down in a minute.
What a dumb pick by them, dude. The Jets are just going to be a stupid ass organization for the rest of their existence. What a stupid pick, dude.
I am kind of
now. Guess what? Now we got Morgan Freeman or Moreland Freeland or whatever the hell that offensive tackle's name is. That's what it's going to be. God
or
damn it,
Kai Lemon at 23.
I don't want a Lemon, dude. I'm done. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Dennis, how are you feeling with this pick?
I'm surprised because here's a case where I really like Sadiq, okay, and now I don't like him for fantasy football landing with the Jets, but I like the player, but the Jets have so many holes. I think of a really good tight end in the draft, especially first round. I think of that as like the cherry on top of the sundae. They are not only lacking the ice cream and the topping and the whipped cream and the
they're
nuts,
missing the bowl.
I don't think they got the damn bowl. No, and so you got this mess of stuff on the floor. You know, my dog would be appreciative of that. But Jets have to do a Jets thing at least once a draft in the first round. And I miss, I'm old enough to remember when they used to have the draft at the Sheraton Hotel in New York City. And there was nothing more entertaining than watching the Jets fans groan when their first round pick was made, because they never agreed with anybody. And I think out of all the years I watched, the only time that they agreed with the pick and they got excited, the guy ended up being a bust anyway. So this is an interesting pick because of all the needs for the Jets, tight end
It's just
was
such a
probably
stupid
not
pick.
one of them. No.
So speaking of which,
that's a weird pick.
my brother just texted me saying, "Does Rich need some tissues?" Yes.
I do.
The answer would be yes.
I need a couple of them. No, I need an offensive lineman. That's what I'm staying up till 11 o'clock at night for, to see an offensive lineman. To see an offensive lineman who's not going to play next year or the year after.
Hey,
So
for
dumb,
years,
dude.
the Eagles
So
drafted Jason Kelsey's replacement. They drafted Lane's replacement.
And how's he doing? He fucking he stinks.
Who? I miss who you said.
Jurgens stinks. He's hurt all the time. I don't know how the hell he made a Pro Bowl last year.
Landon's always hurt too.
Landon's going to. They're talking about he's like 27. He's retiring.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see.
But then you know what? Don't worry, guys. We got Hollywood Brown. Thank God. Thank God we got Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore. Thank you, God. And drop Tavian Wicks. Lovely.
Drop Tavian Wicks. That's a good one.
Well, they've got their WR4 and WR5.
Yeah, that's
really solidified.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm going to clip Drop Tavian Wicks from this episode every time Don Tavian drops the football.
Do it.
Yeah,
that's who it is.
I will say this as a Chiefs fan: Hollywood Brown is finally healthy. So you're going to get something out of him. Again, not somebody you're going to want on your fantasy roster. Maybe on best ball late if they don't add another wide receiver in the first 2 rounds.
They have to add another wide receiver, though, if AJ's gone.
Yeah, if they're getting rid of AJ, you would think they would. And, hey, Lemon would be an interesting pick for them as well. I mean, you got your burner in Smith who can, spread the field for you, and that over the middle stuff, which would have been perfect for Sadiq. Could also be there for Lemon.
Don't get him
I had to rub it in one more time before I go. But no, guys,
salt in the wound.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate visiting with you here. I enjoy what you guys do. You're two of the smarter guys, even though you're Eagles fans, in the business. And looking forward to see. Are you guys coming to the Fantasy Expo?
We're going to try. I don't think I'm going to be able to this year. Okay. Hopefully for the next year, because I've been hoping to do that at least at one point in my life, because it does look like a lot of fun, especially the flag football games they have going on there too. I'd love to be involved in that. So real quick before you go, just plug what you got going on, and then tell us who you think the Lions take here real quick.
Oh boy, Lions, I think got to go defense. I think that makes sense for them. That the other Miami edge.
Or Terrell, like you mentioned earlier.
Or Terrell, he's another. They could use cornerback help, but I think they go defense for sure. You can check me out at scienceoffantasyfootball.com. Hang out with my buddy, the Professor John Bush. And we'll actually be doing an episode post-draft on Sunday of the Science of Fantasy Football. We also host a podcast over with the Sports Affiliation guys, JC and the gang over there, Iggy, really outstanding folks. Joe Carlton's doing a draft show right now against you guys. And I came here instead of visiting with Joe. But
we appreciate that a lot.
But no, we do a show for them called the Data Lab, where we look at one specific problem in fantasy football. One of the things that I'm diving into more, and you'll be seeing an article in the next couple of weeks from me, is I look at fantasy football in a different way when it comes to these rookie skill players. I have something I call the opportunity index. A few years ago, it started grabbing guys like, well, I was all over Puka Nakua that year. I drafted him in the 18th round of a startup. That's how much I felt.
That's awesome, isn't it?
That was reaching, but I was happy with that. But every year I was finding some key players, not based on their ability, because I suck at analyzing talent, but I can analyze where there's a hole. And using my MVP index, I noticed last year when I did a study over a 5-year period, every running back that had been replaced, the incumbent, that incumbent running back had failed to hit an 80 on my MVP scale. That's top 24.
Oh, wow.
Every single one of them that got replaced. Now, not all of them got replaced because there's some really sucky running backs in the league, but looking at opportunity instead of talent, I think it's so hard to judge how well guys are going to adjust from college to the pros, but especially for that first year and maybe the first 2 years for a rookie, I kind of look at that opportunity. Yeah, you want the blue chips like JSN, where you don't care that he's not going to have opportunity because you know he's going to eventually grow into the position. But when it comes to those first year rookies that can pay off in fantasy football and redraft, you want to see opportunity, and the opportunity index has really been good. And even when I haven't been good at judging talent, because I knew Dallas, the RB1, the opportunity was there. I just didn't know who the hell it was going to be.
Nobody knew.
Yeah, but when Javonte Williams fell, I grabbed some Javonte Williams and I backed him up with Miles Sanders. I grabbed some Javonte Williams. I backed him up with Jadon Blue. I grabbed two, and that way I knew I had that running back slot, and that won me a couple of leagues. Just, I didn't like the player. I liked the opportunity. So I'll have an article coming with that soon. But guys, enjoyed this visit. We'll hopefully be talking to you again soon.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on.
You can find Dennis on X at DMIC Media on X. Thank you again for jumping on with us, and we appreciate you. You have a good one.
All right, guys. You take care.
Bye, man. Take care, man.
You too. So the Lions took a tackle, offensive tackle, which makes some sense because they did have, was it Frank Ragnow retired? If I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I don't even care anymore, dude. I'm so fucking pissed off.
You're so sad.
It's so like I just hate when teams do stupid things when you could easily have just done the smart thing, but you did the stupid thing. Cool. Let's have 2 tight ends. Let's just have 2 tight ends and then Geno Smith. We're going to take Morgan Freeman.
No, I think they're going to end up taking an edge rusher.
Cool. Even better.
The Vikings, in the meantime, also selected Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida. This
You're going to take him codename Kid Cody Banks. I don't care. I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, he big fella. I think 6'6", 2 something, if I'm not mistaken. And the Vikings absolutely needed some defensive help, especially in that interior.
I got a text. They traded up. The Eagles traded up.
Oh, to right after Carolina?
I don't know. All I got is let's go. On the clock, let's go. Thanks, Matt. I don't know what we had too fucking late to move up now, pal.
Hold on one second.
It's gonna be Lemonhead.
I'll be right back, Rich.
Where are you going? They're gonna pick. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but yeah, the trade. Yep, the trade of the Eagles are on the clock. All right, Eagles are on the clock. Hell of a time to walk away when the Eagles are trading up. Dude, what are you doing? The Eagles are
Rich
on the
does
clock.
not like being left by himself.
No, but the Eagles are on the clock. They traded up.
Are they?
They're gonna get Lemon.
No, Carolina's still on the clock. We're after Carolina.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Cats and dog. Cowboys and Eagles do a trade. Eagles get 20 and a 7th. Cowboys get 23, 114 and 137.
Skull, Danny D, big Vikings fan. I'm sure he's probably happy with that pick because, like I said, they did need some defensive line help, especially if the Eagles end up trading for Grenard from Minnesota. So, well, maybe that's not happening now because it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Rich is probably checking all the media outlets to see if it's been leaked what the Eagles have done or Carolina has done.
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers could absolutely use another wide receiver here or another pass catcher alongside Tet. Because Xavier Legette seems to be kind of like maybe as a better 3 than he is even a 2 at this point.
Yeah.
And we do like Jalen Colker, the Colkheads as they're called, or Coker. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They definitely need some more pass catchers.
Carolina's going to draft Lemon, and we're going to move up to 20 for what? You gave up 3 picks and moved 3 spots. If it's Morgan Freeman or what's his name? You go to Morgan Freeman. Moreland.
I think they're going to. I honestly think the rumor I've been hearing is they'll take Kendrick Falk, the defensive edge from Auburn. So I'll be interested to see what they do with that. But Carolina stands in the way of us and really anything right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Carolina could also probably use some secondary help, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Damn, dude, I'm so mad we didn't get him. Oh, who the hell is next? Monroe Freeling, dude. That's what it's gonna be.
Monroe Freeman. That's who you think?
That's who they think the Eagles are moving up for. I hope not. I mean that's just what the Eagles are gonna. That's typical Eagles.
Hey, listen, we have a bunch of, unknowns at the offensive line position with Lane possibly retiring. We mentioned earlier with Landon possibly retiring.
Have 1 year of Goddard left. They did this 2 years in a row now. Last year, you did not take a fucking tight end when you had 1,000 tight ends. Now you wait
I told you I wanted Harold Fannin so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a good draft, but I mean, besides Makuba, you don't know what you have with Makuba. Big year for him, but you last year was a chance to take him. This year is a chance to move up, be aggressive.
Howie's got something planned, Richard. We just don't know what it is.
I know.
In a couple picks here, we're going to have Arman from FanCred joining us. He's a Seahawks fan. Gets to tout a little bit of a Super Bowl victory. But let's see who the Panthers take.
Did you read my message to you?
Hold on.
Oh no, there goes Monroe Freeland. Oh, it's not Morgan Freeman. We're not taking him.
Rich is going to hop off after this
Eagles pick.
Yeah. It's going to make me sad. I'll go solo dolo for the time being. Unless FanCred has time to jump on a little early, it's up to him. I don't mind righting the ship. But yeah, the Eagles are not going to be getting Monroe Freeling, Rich. I know you're devastated after the long, lengthy conversation you had about whether they are going to take him or not.
Yeah. Well, now it's got to be Lemon.
Tackle. You would think, right?
Yeah.
Monroe Freeling, pass block grade of 86.1, gap grade not great, 53.5, zone grade is solid at 64.7, run block grade is also solid, 61.7. Again, nothing wrong with going tackle because they need to give Bryce every opportunity to be successful, right?
Yeah.
Because they've benched him, they've started him, they've done everything under the sun with Bryce. So they're looking to get it the last bit effort for him to possibly be their continuous starter. So the Eagles are now on the clock. I think their pick is in, if I'm not mistaken. The pick is in. Be very interesting to see what they do here. Rich has waited on bated breath.
I think it's Lemon.
You think it's Lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Would that upset you?
No, I mean, I wish they would have traded up for Sadiq. Lemon.
Let's go.
It's a lemon party.
Let's go get some lemon heads. I like this pick. I like this pick a lot. I think this solidifies AJ Brown is out the door. You are going to need to bring in a guy that's above 6 foot, 200 pounds, though. We don't have one of those currently. I like this pick, though. I know, Rich, I think you wanted Sadiq, but are you happy with Makai Lemon? And it's not Monroe Freeland.
Yeah, I mean, this only pretty much solidifies the nail in the coffin for my boy AJ. So that sucks, but it's mixed bag of emotions. He's a good player. He's a small player. Huh?
I don't like this as much as I thought I was going to. I was very excited for that Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream soda, but it was not as good as I hoped it was going to be. It kind of shocked me, and I was upset by that. But yes, I am not upset with this pick. Devy Shifu, big Eagles fan himself, big fan of Makai Lemon. I think he was his wide receiver too. I think he had Tyson ahead. If you want to let us know in here who you had higher, but I like Makai Lemon. He solidifies what Kurt Angle brought to the table in WWF with the 3 I's: intensity, intelligence, and integrity. We believe in that here, especially with intensity. Makai Lemon is, and my first note for him is intensity, because he is just a guy who is playing at 110 miles an hour all the time. A guy who could play the slot and just, absolutely. You see the Arman Ross St. Brown comps all the time, right? For Makai Lemon, USC wide receiver who does all the dirty work, Bolitnikoff winner. We have a talented wide receiver room with him now, and I'm happy for it. I think we got to get the lemon heads for the next football game. Yeah,
I think it's just the sadness of Sadiq not coming here, but he's a good player, dude.
I think he's my. I mean, I don't think he is my wide receiver 2 of this class. So I'm happy to see that we got my wide receiver 2 at pick 20.
Yeah,
can't really go wrong
he
there.
did slip. He slipped. But all right, Michael, I'm heading out.
All right, Richard, you have a good night.
See ya.
Well, while Rich goes, I will pull up Makai Lemon's PFF chart. If I can find it. Here it is. So you will see here, and not just me. Let's see. A very solid, more than solid, elite 91.4 receiving grade, a elite yards per route run at 3.13, good drop rate of 2.5, contested catch rate 71.4. And that's big, because this is a guy who is, I believe, 5'11". To have that high of a contested catch rate means he plays with an intensity, means he can play above the rim even for his smaller size, has good ball skills. He looks ready to go. You can tell he's I'm excited for this pick. This was a good pick for us. I'm glad we were able to move up and get him. We, as in if I actually made any decisions for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? But this puts the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock, and I wonder if that's why the Eagles moved up, because he would have been a great addition to the Pittsburgh Steelers offense too. With Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf, you have a bunch of big body wide receivers. We never really get to see Calvin Austin be much with injuries and his size. So Makai Lemon would have been a good pick for them. Ty Simpson is also off the board, so it doesn't seem like that obviously is not going to be the pick. So it's going to be interesting to see what Pittsburgh does here. They have some good edge rushers, obviously, with TJ Watt and Highsmith. So I don't think they go edge here. It's going to be interesting. Could they go KC Concepcion would be a great pick. I think Denzel Boston kind of does too much of what Michael Pittman does. I don't think that's the pick. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what this does. I'm interested to see what my Philadelphia Eagles fans, other than the Devy Shifu, has to think about Makai Lemon. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to throw them in the chat, whether you want to talk about Dynasty or this draft so far. I'm going to be riding through this till the end. FanCred, like I said, Arman is going to be joining us here shortly. Yeah, probably I'll send him the invitation maybe a little bit sooner. So I don't have to chit chat myself and bore you guys for, however much longer. But yeah, very excited to see Mekhi Lemon in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform. Did not think that was a possibility. I wonder how Twitter is reacting to that, because Twitter always reacts responsibly. Let's see. Take a look at Twitter. If anybody said anything about it, any Eagles fans, I know I have a bunch on here. We'll see. But let me get ready to send this to FanCred here as well. Arman. I keep calling him FanCred. I could use his real name. Sorry, I'm just babbling here, guys. But we have some commercials and stuff going on in the NFL draft. Terrific pairing for Devonta. Absolutely agree with you. Devy Shifu, Chris, a.k.a. What you would rather go by, Chris or Devy Shifu, let me know. Chris is a great follow. Part of the Devy Dojos. Him and Dustin both are great dudes. I've been on their show. Dustin's been on our show. Chris, I don't think you've been on before. Would love to have you on. Unfortunately, I think the Eagles powwow would have to take a little bit of a backseat because it'd be too much Eagles conversation for too many people, I'm sure. But yeah, love that pick. Both wonderful names. That's why I got my both. Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what the Steelers do here. And I don't know how I forgot that they are in Pittsburgh. So this is going to be probably a long, drawn-out thing here, being this is the home crowd. And it looks like you got Jerome Bettis up there with Roger Goodell is the announcement. Big fan of the bus, by the way. Although, if you remember correctly, Brian Dawkins laid him out back in, I think it was his rookie season. So the bus was stopped by Philadelphia safety. Don't forget that. But yeah, this draft has been fun so far. What have we had? 3 trades? 3? I think I said the over of 3.5. So I think I need one more. There might have been 4. I could be completely wrong. I appreciate everybody who's watched so far, who has stuck through me babbling by myself for a few minutes here. So I appreciate all that. I'm going to be going until the wheels fall off at the end here, and hopefully my wife will still be awake so we can watch The Boys and Daredevil, 2 fantastic TV show programs. I know I'm going a little bit off topic here, but who did they take? Max Ihadachor, tackle from Arizona State. That is not somebody I know too much about, to be honest with you. It's not a name I'm super familiar with, but I know the Steelers are going to try to obviously win through the trenches without some great quarterback play. Let's pull up his PFF stuff here while I find it. But you can't go wrong. I think we've mentioned it a million friggin' times during this show. He is PFF's 30th ranked player on their big board. That you cannot go wrong with tackle at any time in the first round. If you're getting a guy you believe is a first round talent, you really can't go wrong. Pass blocking grade 78.3, run grade 66.8, true pass block grade, that's a lot of words, 70.8. Yeah, I mean, listen, they need to build in the trenches for that quarterback that they take next year, unless Will Howard is the guy, because they just need to let that kid start. I think Will Howard is better than people are giving him credit for. To be honest with you, I think Will Howard would have been the second best quarterback in this draft after Fernando Mendoza. So I think Will Howard will probably be the starter this year. So it'll be very interesting to see, unless, Aaron Rodgers decides to keep playing peekaboo with the Steelers like he did for the Packers for a long time. Yeah, I'm very interested to see. Well, that's the big 3 wide receivers are now off the board. You still have KC Concepcion. You still have Denzel Boston. Omar Cooper going the first round. I am more towards the fact that he is a second round pick. So you got 3 wide receivers still available that could be first rounders. Eli Stowers, I think for a lot of people, can sneak in to the second round of the first round of the NFL draft. That is a guy who is pretty much a wide receiver playing the tight end position. Do not trust him to be a blocker, but a good pass catching weapon for whoever takes him. The pick is in for the Chargers. Now, Chargers could use some defensive help. I don't think they go wide receiver. I think they have, obviously Ladd. They have QJ, who came to his own this past year. Keenan Allen is not on the team. I almost said that. But they also have Aronde Gaskin at tight end. They have Amari and Hampton. I think this is a good offense. And, maybe they could use another. Oh, Trey Harris, too, who I really liked from last year's class. I can't believe I forgot him because that was a guy I was high on. Maybe he gets more of a run now that the room's opened up a little bit. So be interesting to see what they do here. I don't think wide receiver is the pick. I don't see tight end being the pick. I could see more defensive player. Secondary actually could be the pick here. They still have Derwin James. I don't remember who their free safety is off the top of my head. But I know they could use some cornerback help. So maybe this is where Tyrell goes. Maybe this is where McCoy goes. I think people are a little concerned with him with the injuries. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit more versed in the secondary guys right now than I am in the edge rusher guys, except for the top dudes. It's been a weird year for me. I have not been able to scout as much as I would like to. Oh, actually, Akeem Mesidor and Kendrick Falk would be interesting picks for them as well at the edge for the Chargers. So I'm waiting for Arman from FanCred to join me. I did send him the link. So whenever he's ready, but the Chargers pick is about to be said. Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher. I called her right at the end there. That is their selection. Miami, older prospect, obviously, but it does say here 25 years old, so absolutely an older prospect. But a good defensive end. 92.5 pass rush grade, run defense grade is also extremely high, 88.3. That's what you want. You want a guy who can do both. Pass rush win rate, 20.8. This is a good pick for them. Big body, I believe. What is he listed at? 6'3", 280. That's a decent size for an edge. And I know that they brought in McDaniels. So that's going to be a high scoring offense, you would think. So they are going to need some defensive studs. And I think Mesidor can bring that for them. This is good here because he is been a lot of mocks have had him going in the top 15. So going in the pick 22nd or the 22nd pick overall is a good spot for him. They got a little bit of a deal there. It'll be interesting to see. Cleveland has not selected a wide receiver yet, if I'm not mistaken, right? So are they going to do something at some point when it comes to wide receiver? Maybe. They are 2 picks away. Dallas. Be interesting to see what Dallas does here. I don't think they're going to go wide receiver. They could go tight end. They have Jake Ferguson, who's just more of a traditional tight end who can block and pass catch. They could bring a seam stretcher who can play more of a wide receiver position in Stowers as well. But again, like we talked with the Eagles, if they select a guy here in like a KC Concepcion or a Denzel Boston, I think what's his name? George Pickens could be out the door. So we have Arman jumping on here with his JSN jersey, a great jersey call for tonight. The Super Bowl champion, the offensive player of the year, JSN. Arman, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Am I saying that correct, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate you jumping on. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on and what FanCred is, because it looks like Dallas is going to take the full 8 minutes, because that's probably the first team that's done that in quite some time.
They don't know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
FanCred, we're looking at bringing fantasy credibility to the forefront. That involves basically rating people, making sure you're playing with good quality fantasy players, and making sure you can securely pay in a modern experience for your leagues. And so that's, just check it out at fancred.app. Got a lot of good stuff going on there.
Yeah, I used it for the first time in the league that you and I are a part in. I believe it's the Draft Starts in Mobile League.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And it was a bit more user friendly for me than League Safe is. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you do. I will appreciate beating you this season in that league as well.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think in that draft episode, we were glazing your team, so maybe you're the top dog to beat.
Top dog. I am a dynasty dog, so yes. What have you thought of the draft so far?
Honestly, a lot of it, met expectations. I think there's two things in the draft that I'm absolutely shocked changed value for certain players that I had. Ty Simpson going to the Rams. I'm like, oh man, that's a big one. Was hoping I could get him in the mid round. Might not be able to do that anymore. No. And then the other one is, yes, I hate the Jets. I hate the Jets so much. Man.
Rich, did you hear Rich freaking out about that?
No, I did not. Yeah,
he wanted Kenyon Sadiq for the Eagles so badly, and for whatever reason, the Jets decided to do what doesn't make any sense, which what they normally do.
I have some Mason Taylor shares as well, and
I have one.
Man,
thank God.
I have Brees everywhere. He was my first rookie draft pick when I started playing Dynasty, and I hate the Jets.
We've had what? You've got Love, Tate, Tyson, Lemon, Sadiq. Who am I? Ty Simpson, Mendoza. I think that's 7 Dynasty relevant guys that have gone off the board so far. If I'm missing anybody, that should be it.
Yeah, I got to pull up the draft tracker. Yeah,
I got too many tabs open. My ADHD is kicking my ass already. Where if I open up another tab, I might explode.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of tackles taken in the first round. I noticed that.
Which is not the wrong thing to do, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I don't mind if the Seahawks end up getting an offensive lineman.
Are you buying the Jadarian Price to the Seahawks at 32?
I see it. I don't like it myself.
No.
I think the news reports of John Schneider really trying to trade down in the draft is a good thing. Maybe they are wanting him, but they want to get him in the second round.
Which would be smarter, yeah.
But yeah, I as much as we need it, I don't want them to go running back this early. I'd rather take a chance on someone later. Like I'm big on Nick Singleton. Not sure where he's going to go in the draft, but I am big on him.
I think Jonah Coleman would be a great pick for you guys.
The hometown kid. Yeah, that would be good. Maybe third rounder. I'd be happy, but overall, I think running back, I can. There's other positions that I want for the Seahawks.
The Cowboys go Malachi Lawrence, the UCF edge rusher.
Oh, that's who I would have been happy. I would have been ecstatic about Malachi Lawrence.
That's a good pick by them. I don't love it. That's a good edge rusher right there. Violent Hands is written. I've watched some UCF. I do kind of like UCF as a college team because Philadelphia isn't a big college football town, right? And I'm not rooting for Penn State, even though I went there. I'm not rooting for them. I'm not doing it. Wow. So UCF is a team I like. So I do like Malachi Lawrence, just a guy who can really just get after it. So I like this pick. And this field's a need for them after obviously they've made some moves that obviously he's not a Micah Parsons, right? But they definitely needed some more edge. And I liked who they drafted last year actually a lot. And Donovan Ezaraku from Boston College last year. That was a big get for them. I'm a big fan of that edge rusher. So they have two quality guys. We are not, Chris, by the way. I went there and we are not. But yeah, this was a good pick by them, and it fills a need. The biggest thing now is what does Cleveland do? They have not drafted a wide receiver yet. They've moved back, if I'm not mistaken, right? They have moved back in this draft once. Do they go KC Concepcion or do they go a Denzel Boston here? Because they could use a big body X.
Denzel Boston would be the move here, I think, for them.
There were some rumors that people were saying, oh, they're going to take Kenyon Sadiq. I would have jumped out my window if they would have taken Sadiq because I am the biggest Harold fan in the universe. That
would have ruined a lot of people as well. Anybody but the Jets and Browns, but
yeah. Who are you thinking they take? Who's your prediction here?
I think they go. I like Denzel Boston here. Get a bigger body there. You know, they've got Judy. Who else do they got in Cleveland? I mean,
They have
Jets and
Judy,
Browns.
they have
Those are the teams I hate.
Cedric Tillman, who's a big body but hasn't really stayed healthy, who I do like. It's just unfortunate for him. They have Jamari Thrash, pick from a couple years ago, who I like, who's more of just a slot wide receiver. Obviously, they have Fannin. But yeah, I think that's really it, if I'm not mistaken, for their wide receiver depth chart.
Yeah.
They did let David Njoku go, who is, by the way, still a free agent, which is kind of surprising.
Oh wow, I figured he'd be signed by now, but that'll be interesting to see where it goes.
If he goes anywhere at this point.
Yeah, he's still a good talent. I think there's definitely teams out there that could use him. So, but I mean, given the wide receivers you just mentioned, I think they should take a Denzel Boston here, big body wide receiver. Could, you know, for whoever's going to start at quarterback, Shador or Deshaun Watson, they could use Denzel Boston.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the right pick here. I am a big KC Concepcion fan. I would take him over Boston, but I think Boston's the right NFL pick for the Cleveland Browns. So you can't always bet with your dynasty heart. You have to think and try to think like an NFL GM, because sometimes we even outsmart ourselves and they outsmart themselves all the time. Like the Jets, who took Kenyon Sadiq, which is still. What if? I'm thinking we have Cleveland here. We have Chicago, who I don't think goes a wide receiver. But then you got Buffalo and San Francisco back to back after that. We might get a run of 3 of the next picks being wide receivers. If I'm a betting man, I would think that would happen.
Even Chicago's already pretty good.
You think Chicago takes another wideout?
No. Okay. You mentioned 3 out.
Cleveland, Buffalo, and then San Francisco. So 3 out of the 4 next picks, because I think.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Oh man, yeah. Concepcion to the Niners would be crazy.
I think the world is thinking Omar Cooper to the Niners, but KC at the Niners would be even better to me.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, like Concepcion's like not a huge guy, right? 5'11", I think.
Yeah.
You know, Cleveland, I think Boston's more of a need. And then you've got Shakir in Buffalo.
Love Shakir, by the way.
So man, Concepcion, they could use him in San Francisco. We'll see. That I'm liking your thinking there. Kind of 3 out of the 4 being wide receivers. That would be very good for the fantasy world.
Yeah, for sure. Because these 3 teams need it, especially. I mean, Buffalo did bring in DJ Moore too, which I keep forgetting about.
Oh yeah.
But they definitely need to bring in somebody a little bit more electric, and I think KC can do that. He's a guy who I kind of who did I comp it to? He kind of reminded me like of Jordan Addison. He falls in that category of Addison and Zay Flowers for me, and I think that would be great for a team like Buffalo. Just explosive, can make plays after the catch, tough kid, even at their smaller size. But the Browns selection is up. I would be shocked if it's not a wide receiver. And I think Browns fans would be pissed because I follow a couple of them on X. So it'll be interesting.
Looks like it's KC. Oh
my goodness. KC Concepcion to the Cleveland Browns. Oh.
Not bad.
No, that's great. Listen. That's a damn good football player. That is Jerry Jeudy, he could be a very Jerry Jeudy-esque player. I mean, with the drops especially, because both of them have drop issues. Even in the synopsis here, it says too many drops, but just a dynamic football player. This is a great pick for them. I'm just kind of surprised it was KC because I feel like they needed an X, but again, maybe they believe Cedric Tillman could be healthy next year. Right?
Maybe.
Who I like a lot. And I think KC, that pisses me off, but I love it at the same time because KC was my wide receiver 3 of this class.
Okay. All right.
But the Browns spot kind of hurts a little bit.
No one likes seeing their players drafted by the Browns. That's
But let's be honest here. They needed a electric safety blanket type of player, a guy who can win in the short, intermediate, all three levels of the field, who then can make after the catch. That's why I'm saying he's like an electric safety blanket, because he can be more than a safety blanket, but he's a guy who's just Shador, Quinn. They're showing Shador as a starter here on NFL Network. Shador, Quinshawn, Casey, Harold Fannin, Spencer Fanu is who they drafted with their 9th pick. Maybe, I mean, hey, listen, maybe the Browns turning around a little bit here. Todd Monken's the head football coach,
right, from Baltimore. Yeah. Oh, that could be a surprising, team.
Ooh. Hear me out. KC Concepcion in the Zay Flowers role.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good fit.
Oh, man. All right. I've talked myself back into it.
When you're looking at the Browns now, they kind of have a complete offense. Like they got pieces at every skill position. So, see if Todd Monken can really put things together. As
I'm like typing out what I just said into Twitter, I forgot how to spell Concepcion. I got too excited.
Concepcion.
Zay Flowers role. Will feed families.
Bears pick coming up.
How about, real quick, backtracking for a second. How about the Eagles selecting Mekhi Lemon?
Man, I mean,
what a sneaky.
that was it's just like once you saw the trade go through, it was like, man, yep, how he's gonna do it again, and there he did.
He has not been a guy that has been mentioned a ton in Eagles media. It's been a lot of like, they'll trade up for Jordan Tyson, they'll trade up for they would select Denzel Boston where they were originally. KC Concepcion met with them. But maybe they saw the fall of Mekhi Lemon and decided to jump in on that. I'm thrilled about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he fills a need. It's a very intense football player, as I've said a million times.
For sure.
Do you think the Seattle Seahawks, by the way, speaking of wide receivers, could they be in the Denzel Boston market?
I don't know.
Do they have an X?
They could draft a wide receiver. I wouldn't be mad at it. A lot of Seahawks fans would say, "Oh, we already got a big wide receiver. We got Jake Bobo."
Oh God.
But Denzel Boston, hometown kid, that'd be a feel-good pick.
And you know what? I'd keep doing that. I think that's the second time I've done hometown picks twice.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but my needs, I see we need somebody in the secondary. We lost a couple players in the secondary in Kobe Bryant and the knucklehead.
Tyreek Woolen too.
Yeah, I'm already forgetting his name. We almost lost that game because but anyways,
true.
We could use someone in the secondary to replace because our defensive scheme, it relies on just like moving guys all around, and so if we could get someone there, I think I've been seeing a lot of Chris Johnson mocked to the Seahawks.
Oh, the Arizona State?
San Diego State. That would be good. That would be good. I was hoping for Malachi Lawrence, but that's already done because we did lose an edge rusher, and our current edge rushers are getting kind of old or reaching that real unk status. But
yeah, they have
got to Marcus
Derek
Lawrence.
Hall's kind of young, right?
Derek Hall's young, yeah. Derek Hall's young, but we've got Leonard Williams, Big Cat, got to Marcus Lawrence. So those are two kind of anchors. And then we got Byron Murphy on the line. But yeah, we lost Boye Mafe. So I think just replacing that would be great in the draft at this high value pick. Because listen, like as much as it'd be cool to draft a wide receiver, this team is a defensive team. And Mike McDowell.
True, that is Mike McDonald. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or, yeah, Mike McDonald. Sorry, not Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald is a genius defensively, and so the more we add to that, the happier I am.
For sure. Somebody was just texting me asking about Mekhi Lemon, an Eagles friend of mine. He asked me, tell me about Makai Lemon. I said he's an absolute demon. So
It
that's
is.
kind of how he plays.
He's already a certified diva. That's going to be good for a few.
Oh, don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Did
I
you
was
see
telling
him?
Rich we need to get lemon heads on the.
Did you? Oh my, lemon has to be great. Did you see him like the post, like he's on stage getting interviewed? Man, he has that aura. He's like just shaking his head.
Oh, I know. He's like a slithery little sneaky snake. You ever see that
Yeah,
video?
there
Oh,
you
man.
There you go. I'm excited for the Eagles for that one. That's for sure.
Chris is right. Eagles and Dallas traded for Devonta too. We moved up with Dallas that year in front of the Giants to get Devontae Smith. I still remember the tears of Giants fans after that. It was beautiful. But the Bears are selecting.
What do we got here?
Dylan Thieneman,
Okay.
the safety from Oregon, which that makes a ton of sense. They lost Jaquan Brisker, the free agency.
They did sign Kobe Bryant though.
Did they?
Yeah, I think that's where he went. He went to the Bears.
Really?
So that's maybe they needed more. Maybe they did. They only had one. Maybe.
How many? Yeah. Who? Let's see. I'm gonna look that up. That's
Kobe Bryant's not like a surefire.
No. I mean,
he can kind of play both. But yeah.
let's see. Barry. He was a converted corner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chicago Bears depth chart for 2026.
Man.
Yeah. So they have literally Cam Lewis and Kobe Bryant, and then Elijah Hicks, which I think was a draft pick last year, 2 years ago, and Javaris Owens, who I'm not sure who that is. So they definitely needed to add another safety. So this is a good pick for them. I do like the kid from Toledo a lot, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. He's just a big. I don't know much about Dylan Thieneman, to be honest with you, but I watched the Toledo safety. I thought he would go before him, but again, listen, if you got your guy at this point and you have a position of need, that's who you go with, right? That's what we do in Dynasty all the time.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I think Thieneman, being in the area, like definitely was a first rounder. Surprised the Bears. I mean, it is. Yeah, I guess I thought the Bears were pretty set in the secondary, but I could be wrong.
Well, they have in corner they have Kyler Gordon, who is good, but he just has health issues.
Tyreek Stevenson.
He's gone.
Oh, he is?
Oh no, he's not gone. No. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else. Jalen Johnson is still there, so maybe they just felt like they needed to shore it up a little bit more. You know,
maybe, yeah. I thought that signing of Kobe Bryant. I didn't have them picking safety here, but hey, Ben Johnson, he's an offensive.
He's smarter than all of us, right? We think.
Yeah. Oh, Elijah Hicks was, that was a late rounder a few years ago. Yeah, 2022 actually. So yeah. Maybe.
Oh, that was that? How was that long ago? Shit.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, drafts just fly by, man.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta switch something here real quick. If I lose you for a second, don't freak out.
Don't worry, Addy did it to me on his show, so I'm used to it.
Oh, good old Addison. Oh, hold on. It should be back. There we go. Yep, I'm back. Yeah, for some reason I have this set up where I have the multi thing where you can plug in like multiple things at once into my laptop, whatever this is called.
Oh yeah.
I guess but it doesn't always work for my charger for some reason. So I have to unplug something to put my charger in, and my computer was starting to die. Started to panic a little bit. You don't want that. But we have a trade.
Oh, Seahawks.
The Texans. Wait, I thought the Texans were on the clock already.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Hold on. Who was
Oh no, Buffalo, right? Or Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo moved down. Wow.
Buffalo moved down. They moved out of the first round entirely.
They're at now behind Miami.
Oh, okay. Okay. Huh.
That's what it says on the ticker at the bottom of the what you call it.
Oh wow.
The NFL Network. So maybe they wanted one of those receivers that is now gone, right?
Yeah, maybe they wanted Concepcion
or Thiemann. Who knows? Because they also need safety help.
Yeah.
See I don't think the Texans go anybody fantasy relevant here.
No, yeah, they've got a plethora of wide receivers, even though they're not healthy. But
Keelan Rutledge, that's a tackle or no guard from Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
good pick. They for the love of CJ Stroud, they needed anybody playing offensive line who was a breathable body. Because they for some reason just like, you know what, we're starting to form a offensive line. Let's trade everybody away. Let's just keep trading people. I don't know why they do it, but listen, they finally drafted one here.
It's good.
From all accounts, people are fans of him, right?
I love Stroud too. I'm hoping for the comeback this season. But I'll take my buy lows hopefully if I can get some.
Let's see, what was he ranked? He's PFF's 74th ranked player, and the 4th ranked guard per PFF.
Okay. Who's someone I've been eyeing is
we have another trade?
Oh.
No. I thought Miami was this pick. Oh no, Miami moved up with San Francisco. What the fuck is happening? We just keep getting tripped up here. That's interesting. I wonder if San Francisco wanted Casey Concepcion and they were like, you know what? Let's move back.
Miami gonna get
Denzel Boston. That's who my idea.
Yes, they've got nothing at wide receivers, so they better pick one
I'd
here.
be shocked if it's not Denzel Boston.
Who's out? Cooper, right? Cooper.
Oh yeah, true. Could be Cooper.
Boston.
They have Malik Washington, and nobody else.
Yeah. They got to take one of those guys. I mean, shoot, even if they picked one of the second tier guys outside round one, it'd be better than not picking a wide receiver here. Who's it? Eli Stowers hasn't been picked yet.
I think he's going to be a second round pick.
Second round?
That's my thought. Early second. Like one of the first few. Vegas could do it. No, wait. Whoa. Brock Bowers. Never mind.
I mean, what if Kansas City does it?
Kansas City could do it. When do they pick? They're early. Yeah, they're early in the second round.
They're end of the first round, Is he's not a first round talent right now? I remember he shot up pretty high.
Maybe. I mean, listen, if Casey wants to take him there, it would not shock me because they are just going to add more firepower to that offense, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they need to address Travis Kelce at some point. So I would not be mad at it. I honestly forgot they had another pick coming up.
If Stowers gets selected by KC, does he jump ahead of Sadiq?
No. Oh, man. Ooh, I don't love that.
I almost prefer it because I hate the Jets.
Okay. Justin Jolly, tight end 1. I'm putting Justin Jolly wherever he goes.
Oh man, Justin.
No, I think Stowers probably would jump Sadiq for me at that point, unless something crazy happens, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes you have to trust your gut and your evaluation. The Devy Dojo guys, Dustin and Chris, always say trust your training, right? And I might not be the most trained individual when it comes to this, but I did have Sadiq higher. Maybe I want to trust my training on that one. But again, you really can't go wrong with a Patrick Mahomes offense. Sure. Travis Kelce's probably out the door within the next year.
He gets a year. He gets a year of training with Travis Kelce. Oh man, wheels up for.
Yeah, see, Chris,
stars.
I pay attention,
Yeah.
Chris. I do. I pay attention. I trust you guys. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Listen, Miami could fuck around and take Stowers here.
Oh yeah,
Because
Waller's not there anymore. What is Waller up to?
no, he's gone. He's gone now. What a resurgence from him out of nowhere last year.
I know. It's almost like you got to pick him every time he decides to jump back.
Yeah, after he makes another rap album. Yeah, they need a pass catcher. My light just fell. It scared the shit out of me. They need a pass catcher here badly, no matter who it is. They have Malik Washington and Jalen Tolbert, Spencer was touting up Jalen Tolbert here. I'm not falling for it.
Yeah.
I do like Malik Washington a little bit. I liked him coming out 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, but he was buried behind Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, obviously. So it'll be interesting. Who do they take?
If they don't draft a pass catcher here, they're just aiming for the number 1 pick next year. They, especially with Malik Willis signing.
Hey, guess what? They didn't. They took Chris Johnson from San Diego State.
Oh my! I keep like saying people and hoping they'll fall.
What kind of camera they got on him right now? That is an old time camera they had in his living room. I don't know what that was. That was scary. Chris Johnson. He was at the Senior Bowl, and I do believe he had a good week. Again, I'm always watching the wide receivers while I'm there. So obviously the corners will stand out every now and again, even though I'm hoping that they don't stand out because I want the wide receivers to look better. But a lot of people had him ranked pretty high.
I had him as like my number 1 hope for the Seahawks to get.
What if you get Avan Tyrell?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I just don't think he's as versatile as Chris Johnson. And, with the Mike McDonald defense, you just want people that can play anywhere. He's got, NFL bloodlines. So, I wouldn't be mad. I think he's talented enough to fit within the system. But, yeah, Chris Johnson would have been, I think, a better fit.
Yeah. I mean, they also needed it too, but I guess I guess Miami must know something. Okay. New England just moved up.
Man.
What can I get one normal pick here? This has to be the 6th trade of the night, I think, because I think there's been 3 in the past 3 picks.
Yeah. Now the Chiefs have a shot at a wide receiver.
I'll throw up. I wonder, could New England go Denzel Boston?
Ooh. They're going to AJ Brown. They got Brown and then Dobbs there, and then they still have Boutte.
They have a bunch of big body guys.
Yeah.
You have to be 6 foot, 200 plus pounds to play wide receiver. Because I think even Keyshawn Boutte is also listed at that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're all big. Wow.
Except for Kyle
Williams. Cooper's not. Is he big? He's like 6 foot. Yeah, look this up. Omar Cooper Jr. What's his height?
I think he's 6 foot 208, 210.
Okay. Be a better fit.
Let's see.
Tackle. They went Caleb Lomu.
Okay.
Gotta get Drake Mason protection after the Seahawks just wrecked him.
Yeah, because Will Campbell just kept getting short armed all over the place.
I remember last year he's like, "I will die for Drake Mason." I was like, wow.
Yeah, and then
awesome.
He said something at LSU one time during an interview where he's like, a tackle gives up how many sacks they end up working at Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
They just kept absolutely wrecked in the Super Bowl. Which I mean, hey man, he was a rookie.
Dark side, right?
Yeah, he was.
Can't blame him.
I just want to say real quick, kind of off topic, on topic. I really appreciate everybody who's watched, even just tuned in for 5 minutes, even left a comment, whether you did or didn't. I really appreciate it. I appreciate having you on, Arman. I appreciate having Dennis on. Spencer on. Rich, obviously, he's my co-host, so he kind of had to be here by proxy, even though he had to go to bed. Sleepy fella, that guy. But yeah, I just really appreciate all this. I'm glad to kind of getting back into doing football content again, and took a break for a little while. So this has been fun so far. We are getting towards the end here. I appreciate you coming on a little early with me as well. Because talking to myself was just going not great.
Oh no, happy to be here. Happy to just talk football. It's an exciting day, right? And now we can really start like making our rookie draft boards. Or like mine, few of mine have already kicked off. We like to start mid draft. So
that's I mean, that even might be more insane than doing it before the draft. During the draft is even more stressful because I might just sit there on the clock until I see who's picked.
Yeah. You know, we do pretty slow clocks, so a lot of times that does happen. But you know, usually the first pick is like, yes, you know, can start right away. You got people trading, so it's fun to do it. I think we do it an hour into the draft, so you got those first top picks at least.
Who's gone so far?
Oh, let me check. I haven't even checked because I trade away all my picks. I've been competing for the past few years, but let me see. Yep. I mean, Jeremiah Love. People, even in Superflex leagues, he's going above Mendoza in most of my leagues.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
But yeah. Mendoza's going right after him though. So.
Oh yeah. To be honest, I might take Carnell Tate at 2 with Tennessee.
Yeah.
So he's my wide receiver 1 of the class, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, he fills a need for them who could literally do everything. I love Wandale too, by the way. I think they complement each other well. Yeah. Wandale and Carnell Tate. So it'll be interesting to see what that offense looks like with a Brian Dable led offense now. Who has gotten wide receivers plenty of opportunities in the past. Be interesting to see. But the most interesting thing right now is, do the Chiefs take Stowers? Do they take Cooper? Do they take Boston? Cooper kind of does what they use Rashee Rice for. We kind of talked about it earlier. Rashee Rice's driving privileges need to be taken away from him. And everything else. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. If you were to take a bet right now, who do you think they're taking?
Boston.
Really? Okay. X wide receiver.
I think, because you got the speedster
in Worthy.
What was his name? Xavier Worthy. Still got him around. Then you've got Rashee, kind of that possession wide receiver. Then you just have that big body X receiver. Yeah, that would be a nice, well-rounded receiving core there.
That would be fun. It would absolutely be fun. But then you mentioned Stowers to me, and I kind of really can't get that out of my head, to be honest with you.
That would be amazing for Stowers, but
we'll see. But I think the Chiefs could get a guy in the second round too. A tight end. Could even be Stowers.
Yeah, maybe.
I do hope, speaking of tight ends and your Seattle Seahawks, I would like to see some more Elijah Arroyo, if you don't mind. I really like Elijah Arroyo.
Not like in the barnyard?
Listen, he's cool and all, but I think Arroyo adds a different dimension down the field that Barnyard doesn't.
I think so too. Like, I feel like Barnyard brings that toughness and that grit. Elijah Arroyo probably plays with a little more finesse in my eyes and can be just that awesome weapon receiving.
Yeah, it would be good to get him healthy and out there playing purple for you guys.
We picked up the tight ends coach from SF. So
did we? Did you? I said we.
Yeah, hop on.
No. Different firm.
But yeah, we did. So I'm excited to see, how he involves the tight end room even more. We'll see.
Could the Chiefs take a corner here? Or did they? They did earlier. They took the dude from LSU. I've been on for almost 3 hours now. I
Yeah.
forgot what happened at the beginning of the draft.
That one surprised me, man. Sword Delane. I guess I haven't seen.
Peter Woods, defensive tackle. Is that the Clemson? Yeah, it's Clemson.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Man, okay. I guess we might be seeing wide receivers go here.
So I was completely off. I said 3 of the next 4 picks could be wide receivers. Didn't help. Half of them ended up trading backwards each time that I said that. San Francisco and Buffalo both moved back. San Francisco's out of the first round now? Am I seeing that right?
I don't know. I got to put on the cast here. I had it
I see
on
the Jets on the
living
board
room over there, but I don't have it on here. I just have the ESPN ticker.
It looks like the Jets are on the clock now, and then Buffalo and Seattle.
What? The Jets? They're going to draft Stout. Those bastards.
That would be the most Jet thing to do.
They're going to draft. Dude, they're going to draft
Beck.
Beck.
Boston. Oh my God! Nope. Who said? Daniel Jeremiah, I think, said that he couldn't rule out Beck going in the first round. I think Jeremiah said that.
Yeah. I think that's what I read. So that's why I think he said first 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, he did.
He
said he couldn't rule it out, but he could see it second round.
Yeah. We'll see. This is going to be a Jets-like pick, probably.
Eli Towers would be hilarious, to be honest with you. I please don't. Yeah, so the Jets moved in, I guess, with San Francisco. So it'd be interesting. This is the 3rd pick the Jets have had, right, in the first round?
Oh, yeah. They got Sadiq, Bailey, right?
Which that was a good pick. That was a good pick by them. I can't go wrong there with that.
I mean, it's just going to be torn down in like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised Aaron Glenn survived this year. Being a defensive guy, having no interceptions for the year.
That is
defense. That is damning. That is pretty damning.
That is embarrassing. I cannot believe that.
I apologize if the Seahawks decide to move out of the first round. By the way, with the way this draft is going towards the end here.
Hey, no, I'm expecting it. I was when you asked me to be on the show, a few days later, there was that reports that John Schneider's like wants to be out of the first round. I was like, oh, okay, I'll still come
on. Let's see what the Jets do here. It would not shock me if it's a wide receiver, but I'm tired of saying it at this point because I've said it for like 6 picks.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. That's a good spot. I'm not a big fan of Omar Cooper. I'm a little bit lower on him than most, but it's a good spot.
I do. I like the
fills
pick.
a need for them.
I like the pick, but probably Cooper is off my draft boards now.
Really?
I hate the Jets. I don't think I've said that enough. I haven't said that enough this show.
You say that, but think about it this way. In 2027, some quarterback is going to have Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper, and Kenyon Sadiq. And Breece Hall.
You think Breece Hall?
Maybe not.
The
Jets just keep getting him locked up in perpetual hell. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did it again.
They got who's in their room? They got Wilson,
Breece Hall, not Breece.
Breece Hall,
Mitchell.
Mitchell they got, and he kind of
AD Mitchell
flashes once they got him.
He just can't stay mentally engaged. It seems like.
Oh yeah. He had one of those like near the goal line fumbles,
drops. Right? Yeah, I think so. But he was like that in college too, which is frustrating. But they have AD Mitchell, they have Breece Hall, they have Braylon Allen, they have Isaiah Davis, the 3 running backs. It's not a bad room. Listen, in 2027, when they hopefully get a quarterback, it could be not the worst team offensively. And Mason Taylor, which God knows what happens with him.
I don't know. He's done.
Second round pick in 2025. Now,
Did Glenn drafted him, right?
Yeah, that was his first draft.
Yeah, surprising.
Oh, Tennessee moved back up to 31.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
That means they traded with Buffalo. Buffalo said, "Screw it." I wonder if Buffalo and San Francisco wanted I wonder if they wanted KC Concepcion, Buffalo and San Francisco, because they've moved back like 2 or 3 times since that pick went off the board.
Is this Tennessee trying to get Stowers, you think?
Don't you dare do that to Gunnar Helm. I love Gunnar Helm.
That would make sense to me. Man, I love Stowers.
Or could this be Kendrick Falk, the defensive end from Auburn? They could also use him. No, they traded for an edge. They traded for Jermaine Johnson. But they gave up a D tackle. Could this be maybe Lee Hunter from, I think it's A&M, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
Tennessee. How is their defense?
Or could it be corner?
Who's on their team?
Chev would be a great person to ask about this right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't follow the Titans that closely.
I think Chev probably is. Actually, you know what? I was going to say he's probably really pissed off right now because they didn't get Jeremiah Love, but I also know he would be okay with Carnell Tate too. So I'm sure he's not super happy about it, but I'm sure he's okay with it.
You know, to be honest, they could use a corner. If they get Avion Terrell here, that'd be a nice pickup for them.
Yeah, I don't see them going another offensive player here.
Yeah. Because
they took Carnell Tate. God, if they take Denzel Boston here, that would be hilarious. The greatest, to be honest, I think Wan'Dale Robinson is still a very cheap buy for this offense. The slot merchant, dynamic player, can create after the catch. I really like Wan'Dale. He's probably still super cheap, especially now, probably even a little cheaper now that Tate's in the building. But let's see who the Titans select. They're about to go to the podium. And then your Seattle Seahawks are finally on the clock as Super Bowl champions.
I'm surprised they lasted this long. Maybe no one cares to draft or to help them, so they're stuck. Okay. Yep. You called it.
Do you know the answer already?
Keldrick Falk.
Oh, so I was right. They took the edge.
You got it. Okay. I think at this point, I really hope we don't take a running back.
There's still all, I think there's only been 2 corners taken.
Yeah, right. Chris Johnson.
So it's been Moonsor, Johnson. So McCoy, Tyrell, Hood are all available.
At this point, I don't know if you know about their inside line problems, but Anthony Bradford is a star in all the wrong ways. He always has a low light reel of how bad he is at blocking. So
we still have Leonard Williams too, right?
No, on the O line, right?
Oh, I thought you said
on the O line. Anthony Bradford is just god awful. So Chase Bisontes is someone I've been following.
Okay.
I think a lot of mocks had him go into like the Chargers. But if we get him here, I'll be ecstatic. We went with Zabel right last year. If we shore up the other side with Bisontes, I'll be a happy man. Yeah, I don't think we're not really one to grab a running back in the first round. Never do.
Oh, you want to hear this story real quick? Per E.R. Rappaport, a wild story. As the Eagles traded up for Mekhi Lemon, he was on the phone with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Let me get NFL draft.
Friggin' Howie with the snipe.
Man, he is a master.
That is insane behavior. He was on the phone with the Steelers, and he swooped in.
How does he know? Fuck. How do I get NFL? I'm trying to get this on my laptop. I do have an NFL Plus subscription. And okay, I just want to watch this pick instead of relying on a website. Jesus Christ, I already have NFL Plus.
I'm texting everybody that story. That's insane.
Yeah, who are we gonna pick? Terrell. I'd be okay with. Santos, I'd be any good offensive lineman. I think we need that the most out of our draft picks.
You just think corner?
Corner would be happy with, but
sorry, I was
happier with the inside offensive lineman. DeSantis is who I'm hoping for, but we shall see.
I'm just reading my group chat of Eagles fans, and I'm just catching up.
I've got my Seattle chat blowing up saying we're actually going to pick someone.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are asking about Kyle Lemon in the group chat. I just haven't responded yet. They'll figure it out eventually. They should have been paying attention all along.
I know. Had it talking about it right here.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys do here. As Super Bowl champions really can't go wrong at this point, right?
Picking a running back. I am one of those that no, you don't draft a running back in the first round.
Unless it's Bijan Robinson.
Yes, yeah. I think
that dude.
There's always an exception to the rule. Jeremiah Love is an exception to the rule, but the Cardinals are still dumb for taking.
I was hoping he was going to go to Tennessee. It would have made the most sense. But the Cardinals are just a dreck of a franchise as well, right? They can't even get Marvin Harrison, right?
I know. That's so upsetting. No, the pick is in. John Schneider's happy. This is going to be good.
This seems like it's going to be a defensive guy. But I know you want offensive line, so for you, I hope it's the case.
I think they're going to do it 2 years in a row, like if it ain't broken.
Was it Zabel they took? Was that his name?
Zabel. Yep, Zabel. Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful green right there. Oh, beautiful. I actually met a lot of Eagles fans at the Super Bowl because I went. And it's funny, like some other Seahawks fans like, oh, dirty bird. We're the dirty birds. They're like, no, you're the clean birds. You're kind of right about that.
The thing that bothered me about Seahawks fans was that run you guys had with the Legion of Boom, which was great. It's a historic run. But a lot of those fans are a lot of bandwagon guys, I think. And not a lot of them knew who Sean Alexander was. So,
yeah, that guy was. I remember playing
a monster
in 2007. That guy on the cover.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Of course, you guys get a whole shebang. Being,
It would be my dream to be one of these guys one day.
Yeah, wouldn't we all? But I feel like I would screw it up. I feel like I would really screw that up, and but it would at least leave a memorable moment for a lot of people.
Yeah,
right?
you could go viral,
All right, let's see who the pick is. Jadarian Preckman. He just screamed at a microphone. It's static now. But he broke the mic.
Oh, I love the energy.
This guy thinks he's a WWE guy, huh? Hey, good for him though. This is an awesome moment. I probably would do the same. I can't hate him for it. Let's see.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh,
the biggest unsecret thing that I did not think was really going to happen happened is insane.
It was a very high possibility. I just didn't want it to happen. But hey, let me mute that. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. We need a running back. I think John Schneider was really trying to trade down. Just couldn't do it, probably.
Well, listen, it wasn't that hard for Buffalo, San Francisco, Kansas City. Everybody in the late 20s all moved down.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think
that's
he wasn't even the lead back. I would say that's the people who end up a pretty good NFL player and wasn't the lead back. That's like more of an exception than the rule. So hopefully he's an exception.
I'm shocked that, listen, I thought that was all smoke. I was like, there's no way. Yeah. I didn't see him as a second. Listen, I thought he was good. I didn't see him as first round good. I saw him maybe late second round good, right?
Yeah.
Which you guys have a late second round pick in the first place. But maybe Seattle was like, we are probably not going to get a chance at him again. And you mentioned, they probably couldn't move back.
Yeah. It's Jeremiah Love. And then kind of the rest. that's how I see it. So I didn't feel the need to pick a running back this high. But last year, I was just like, I don't know what we're doing. I usually place a bet preseason for the Seahawks to win a Super Bowl. I was like, I'm not going to do that this year. And look at that. John Schneider knows what he's doing.
Look at that.
John Schneider knows what he's doing. I just gotta trust him. Jadarian Price must be a dog. So
I'm counting the dynasty relevant guys. So we've got Fernando Mendoza 1, Love 2, Tate 3, Tyson 4, Simpson 5, which that's still shock to me. Sadiq 6, Lemon 7, Casey 8. Omar Cooper 9, Jadarian Price 10. Is that right? Does that sound right to you? So 10 dynasty relevant guys, it seems like.
Yep.
So 10 out of 32 ain't too bad. You got most of the first round out of there.
Yeah.
Where do you? So let's before we let you go, because this you've been on longer. I appreciate you coming on early. But where do you think Price goes now in dynasty drafts? He has to be a first rounder now, right?
Oh yeah, that's a given. I think for me, with a lot of bias speaking, obviously, I think he jumps a lot of wide receivers. I didn't have him jumping before.
Lemon?
Not Lemon. I think Lemon's a great talent. I have Lemon as my number 2 wide receiver. I got Tate, Lemon, and then I'd probably take him top 5. Jadarian Price. I would say in super flex. Oh, Ty Simpson. Golly,
I think I'm staying away from Ty Simpson unless.
You are? Okay.
I'm a non-competitive team and I can sit and wait for a year on a quarterback.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't be against that. I'm not a big fan of Simpson, though. I don't think he's that good, right? But again, he's going to a Sean McVay offense.
I think he can probably be a very serviceable starter in that offense. I like his decision-making. When I watch him play, I'm like, wow, this guy can just kind of make the reads and then go. But yeah, maybe I take it. I put Jadarian Price in my top 5 picks at this point. Given
Top
that land.
5.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's quickly go through. We got Love. You could either go Mendoza or Tate, in my
Tate.
opinion. I would go Tate, but
I
then
like
you've
Lemon.
got
Lemon.
What
And
about
then
Tyson?
I'm lower on Tyson.
So am I, but I like that Seattle spot and still top 10 capital.
Exactly. I like
Not Seattle, New Orleans.
Yeah, I like Jadarian Price's landing spot a lot.
Okay. So you would
I
take
think
him over
that
Tyson?
bumps him above Tyson, and then I'll probably have Tyson right after that.
A one quarterback, though. What do you think? He's top 5?
In one quarterback for Tyson? Oh
No, for Price.
Price. Oh yeah, he's top 5 in Superflex for me.
Superflex, true. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
My math didn't math on that one.
No worries. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a clear top 5, 6 for me. And then once you get with Concepcion and Omar Cooper, that's a little bit more muddy. Ty Simpson, I like it so much. I might go with him in Superflex leagues above those 2 wide receivers. But yeah, man, Seahawks, why? Still, but hey, good for him.
Listen, you got to trust the franchise that just won a Super Bowl, right? And who hasn't really been bad at drafting in recent years, right?
Yeah, they probably were like, this is a 2nd round pick anyway. Let's just do
it. True. All right. Well, Arman, I really appreciate you being on with me, like I've mentioned a few times. Plug what you've got going on before I say goodbye.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's been a blast. FanCred, get your league on there today. We've got, people signing up every day, I think, at this point. So it's been nice growth. We'll be at the FF Expo. We'll have a booth there. Thinking about what giveaways to do. Still working on that, but I'm trying to really grow this as the real fantasy league platform for people that are just looking to find leagues, pay into leagues, and just really know they're getting into good quality leagues. So check it out at fancred.app, and you can always email me at or not email. You can always find me on my handles like FanCred Founder. I also have FanCred.app on Instagram. But yeah, I'm happy to talk ball, or if you need help setting up your league in FanCred, happy to chat about that as well.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I am a FanCred user with the one league that we have together. I think it's very user friendly. I really appreciate what you've done with that app. So hats off to you with that. So for this 3+ hour live stream, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in, whether it be the whole time, which I doubt somebody did, which would be insane, but I really appreciate it. Or if you tuned in for 2 minutes, again, I really appreciate you. I'm glad to finally be back doing this. I can't wait to start making more Dynasty Dogs episodes with my co-host Rich. You can find him at Dynasty Dog Rich on X. You can find me at Dynasty Dog Mike. And one thing I always say at the end of every episode is if you're struggling with your mental health, make sure you're reaching out to someone. Make sure you're out there trying to get better every day, whether it be, finding a hobby, finding a friend to talk to, finding a pet, which I talk to my dogs all the time. Just make sure you're doing that. Mental health matters, and just remember that somebody loves you. So for the Dynasty Dogs and the Fantasy Football Universe, I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Peace.